At the White House tomorrow with President Biden topping the agenda, the administration's request for more money for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. South Carolina Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace contends the administration hasn't made the case for sending tens of billions of dollars more to Ukraine.
We've given Ukraine over $100 billion so far in their endeavor to defeat Russia. But this is what the left does. They don't want to talk about policy in Biden's failed mission in Ukraine. They want to say that Republicans are pro-Putin and pro-Russia, when nothing could be further from the truth. What we really are is pro-America, our citizens, and our national security.
Mace also tells Fox News Sunday the president should show as much concern for the broken U.S. border as he does for Ukraine. The IVF controversy rages on.
Alabama lawmakers on both sides of the aisle scrambling for ways to protect in vitro fertilization services after multiple providers paused treatment in the wake of a state Supreme Court ruling that frozen embryos could be considered children, facing a wave of shock and anger from the decision, including people who were in the process of undergoing IVF and were forced to stop. Separate proposals were being prepared in the State House and Senate that would seek to prevent a fertilized egg from being recognized as a human life or an unborn child until it's implanted in a woman's uterus. I'm Julie Walker.
Once Super Tuesday wraps up, Ronna McDaniel says she'll step down as Republican National Committee chair. She'll depart March 8th. Wall Street, Dow futures 9 points higher. NASDAQ futures up 21. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Relief factor, pain relief that's natural, pain relief that works, and pain relief that attacks the source of the pain. That's the experience of tens of thousands of Americans who are taking Relief Factor right now. See their incredible video endorsements at relieffactor.com and then order your 3-week quick starter pack for just $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Find out if it can work for you like it works for me by ordering your 3-week quick starter pack today. Relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com. Be the next success story.
This is Dennis Prager, and now a truly exciting new benefit. My monthly online video get-together for Pragertopia Plus members only. For an hour each month, get an exclusive chance to ask me anything. I'll be answering your questions. I've never done this. Submit your questions for me at Pragertopia.com. This is our chance to connect like never before. Go to Pragertopia.com or click the banner at DennisPrager.com.
Israel's military has produced a plan to evacuate civilians should combat erupt in the southern Gaza city of Rafah.
The Israeli Prime Minister's office said the proposal covered areas of fighting in the Gaza Strip. It comes after Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to go ahead with an offensive in Rafah, despite grave international concern for nearly 1.5 million people sheltering in the city. No details were given about where the civilians would go. Mr. Netanyahu has insisted the military operation would put his country within weeks of total victory over Hamas. His comments followed widespread reports that a framework for a pause in the fighting, along with the release of hostages, had been formulated by international mediators in Paris.
The BBC's Paddy McGuire. British Prime Minister Sunak says a Conservative lawmaker was wrong to say that the mayor of London is controlled by Islamists. Sunak also denied the government party tolerates anti-Muslim prejudice. Townhall.com. Well, the experts chiming in on what they expect from the U.S. economy as the year unfolds.
In a new survey released by the National Association for Business Economics, professional economists from universities, businesses, and investment firms are predicting a much better year than they were just a few months ago, with a forecast of 2.2% growth after inflation, up from just 1.3% predicted in November. Economists also have more than doubled their estimates for the number of jobs gained across the economy this year. The U.S. job market and household spending have been resilient in the face of high interest rates that made mortgages and credit card bills more expensive. While prices are still higher than consumers would like, inflation has slowed enough that most of the surveyed forecasters expect interest rate cuts to begin by mid-June. I'm Jennifer King.
More than 20 European heads of state and government and other Western officials are gathering. The meeting meant to be a show of unity for Ukraine and the ongoing war with Russia. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to it.
It's an oxymoron.
I know, but hopefully you're having a wonderful day. It's going to be warm at least, but the winds are supposed to start popping in today and get a little windy. Matter of fact, we have red flag warnings kicking in today and high wind advisories and all that good stuff the next couple of days.
Oh, so. You're just a barrel of good news, aren't you?
At least it's Monday. Well, happy Monday, everybody. Hope headphones a little loud there.
Very loud.
Hope everybody had a good weekend. How was your weekend?
It was busy.
Yeah?
Good turnout on Saturday for the event at Roswell Honda.
Yeah.
Thomas was saying that they were almost at capacity inside.
Nice.
So
what were they giving away over the week? Usually they have a
75-inch smart TV.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Just in time for the... Oh, wait. Just in time for... No.
We got a big thing coming. We'll get there. March Madness.
That's true. That is true. Basketball's in.
College basketball. Yeah. That's the only time I can say March Madness is when I'm just referencing generically about March Madness. It's like Super Bowl.
Well, I go into a bit of a psychosis in the third month of the year, so that's my March Madness.
Yeah.
It's a smaller March Madness.
Yeah, you can't say March Madness in your commercials.
Legally, no. No, but we will find every way to say the madness in March is on now at
March is going to be mad. Yeah. Come out for the big game. Yeah, that's the
big games. That's the problem. March Madness is a series.
Yeah, it's a whole tournament of games. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's coming around the corner. So hopefully the person that won the 75-inch TV, or hopefully they're basketball fans, they get to enjoy.
March Madness is also that one time of the year where your weird Aunt Sharon suddenly knows everything there is to know about college basketball.
That's true. But that's when, and even people, like I stopped. But in my younger days, I filled out a bracket every year. Mm-hmm. I could care less about college basketball. I know nothing.
Same, and that's what
about it.
That's what amazes me is people are like, "There's like $1 billion in lost productivity over the course of the March Madness." Who's paying that close attention, though?
Some people.
Honestly,
my brother was one of those types. Yeah, I've told you about my brother in his younger days. Yeah, my brother in school was
he was the statistician.
Yeah, he was like he did rigged NFL. And college playoff bracket. Like 1 year, he legit told me he started his own little bracket, college March Madness bracket. And he was doing his thing, and I said, "Hey, I'll get in. I'll pay." I think he was charging $5 or whatever it was. I don't remember what it was. You know, we were kids, no money. And he to my brother's credit, looked at me and said, "You don't want to get in on this one.
You don't want no part of this evil."
Yeah, I said, "Why is that?" He goes, "Because our cousin's going to win." I said, "What cousin?" He goes, "That's the point." I said, "All right." So, excuse me, needless to say, I didn't get in that tournament. Sorry.
Down the wrong pipe. I hate when that happens.
This is new, actually. This is... Like yesterday, I started getting coffee again.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I think it's... You know what? I think it's like... Because one of our folks got sick, like I did.
Mm-hmm.
And then got sick again. And they said that's kind of... They think that's part of the same thing. Like it kind of...
It's kind of...
There's
like
people that are getting
aftershock?
like... So, yeah, I started coughing yesterday. I was like, man, is this... that is?
I hope not.
So don't make me laugh. Or
okay, duly noted. Totally bland Monday show. Noted.
That's right.
This, I feel like I need to go ahead and pass this on. I just got this in a text message because this is vital to our listening audience.
Yes.
There's a bridge, a fire near the bridge area on South Canal over by La Tienda and Carlsbad. So that area is going to temporarily be closed. Traffic was backed up in other areas due to the closure. So more travel time will need to be
So
planned
in Carlsbad, a bridge caught fire?
Yeah, near a fire near a bridge.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I thought
near
just a bridge burst into flames. I'm like, how does that happen?
You have ready access to water. Well, not bridges in New Mexico most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, once there was water.
So if you're planning on going to Carlsbad, bear in mind you're going to need to give yourself more time to get wherever you're going there because traffic be backing up.
Yeah, apparently, huh? Mm-hmm. So I guess I wonder what caused said fire. Was it a house explosion or something like that?
Crackhead.
Hopefully nothing major. Hopefully it's just nobody's hurt or nothing. That's every time you hear those kind of things, you're like, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's like first thing in the morning because it means it's overnight. Families are probably sleeping, and that's always makes you worried when you hear that.
That's the worst time to go on fire.
Yeah, right. But yes, if you're in Carlsbad this morning, I guess expect delays in Canal area, South Canal area, which I think is one of their major routes.
It is. It's like right down there in that one little thoroughfare pass.
Yeah. I'm never good at navigating around Carlsbad. That's one town that I know there's like the road and the split and there's not, but once you get off of that, I'm like,
I've gotten lost in Carlsbad on several occasions.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know where I'm going.
We live in a weird part of the country where Google isn't necessarily always 100% accurate with their maps.
Very true.
Twice now in Carlsbad, I've gotten taken to the wrong quadrant of the city.
Yeah.
To go to a place.
Well, and in all fairness, it's not always better in populated areas either. Because I know when you navigate around like major cities sometimes, depending on how up to date your software is,
right?
There's been a lot of times where there's been construction or a change in traffic patterns that the GPS did not annotate, and then I get there and I'm like, according to this, I'm supposed to go that way, but I can't go that way. What's going on here, Harry? And so, to me, that happens just as often in cities as it does, in places like here where it's all rural and, it's like, yeah, that used to be a road.
I was flashed to that one scene in The Office where Steve takes a wrong turn or Michael takes a wrong turn and just ends up driving into the lake.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like I'm going to do that one of these days. I'm just going to look up from my Google Maps and be like, am I in a park?
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Did I just drive over a seesaw?
Well, I mean, it happens. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often because it happens so often in non-driving society. I don't know how many times I walk around in places everywhere, stores, down the street, and I physically have to get out of people's way because their head is buried in the phone and they're cluelessly walking, and they literally would walk right into me or walk into the street or do something had they not, if someone didn't say, "Hey, dude,"
right?
Like I don't know how many times I was in like a store and I'm trying to get through something, and then some clown shoe with their phone, lost in their world, comes walking through and just diddy bopping through.
That was one of the more entertaining parts of the Pokemon Go era.
Yeah,
as just watching like a whole mass of people just on their phones.
Yeah,
in like a group. You see like 30 of them just running.
It's kind of been my last week's point of stupidity moment. So last week, probably most of you noticed, the intersection of Country Club and North Main there. They had one lane shut down because they're doing some work right at that intersection.
Right.
Pretty much all last week. And so all week, the right lane was closed by right at that intersection.
Right.
But all week, idiots kept driving down that right-hand lane all the way to the end and then try to crowbar in and then wonder why no one was letting them in.
Right.
I'm like, all right, I'll give you one day. I'll give you, but by Friday you're still doing this?
Yeah.
You're a problem.
Yeah. If this is your regular route and you're still doing, that's a you thing.
Yeah. So the other thing I got to point out at some point, we got to teach people elevator etiquette.
I found something out.
People do not know elevator etiquette around here, and I gotta show you. I know we don't have a lot of elevators in this town, but there's a couple. And some people need to hear this. When you push the button to make the elevator come to you, after you push that button, back up.
You don't have to just hold the button.
Push the button and then take a few steps back.
You can push the button 1,000 times. It doesn't send like a need or a necessity for the elevator to go faster.
But if that makes you feel better, I'll even give you that one. Okay? You want to push the button 30 times, make you feel better? Fine. However, once you're done pushing your button, step back. Because when the elevator gets there and the doors open, sometimes
other people might be coming out.
People are on the elevator.
Right.
And they have the right to get off the elevator first before you get on the elevator.
Absolutely.
That's how it works, because generally speaking, you're in their way while they're trying to get off, or they're in your way while you're trying to get on. So the etiquette is, in case you all haven't heard this, let the people that are on the elevator off first, and then you proceed to get on once the elevator is empty.
Indeed.
Or all the people that are getting off are getting off.
Right.
People don't know that in this town. I don't know how many times I go to get off an elevator and some clown is literally right there standing there with their nose to me, trying to crowbar their way in. And when I look at them like, fool, get out of the way so I can exit and get out of your way, they look at me like I'm some kind of idiot.
Yeah, this thing ain't going nowhere until I get off, so let me off.
Yeah. So some of you need to hear this. Push the button, take 2 steps back, and just wait until the door fully opens. Then when you see no one's pouring out, then proceed forward to go in. But if you see someone there, now you've got some room so they don't come and look at your chiclets when they open the door while you're waiting to get into the thing.
Exactly.
So there's my public service.
100% agree.
That's my public service notice for today.
I did find something out, but I'm going to hold it off until other people are in the building so that we can talk about it.
All right.
I discovered a phenomenon in this building.
I know there's one person not here, so I think I know who the one person is.
There you go.
All right. Josh will be a couple days when Roy's here. All right. Let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to be joined here, and then please, I'm not doing this on purpose, but I'm probably going to botch this name here. But joining us from the New Mexico Military Institute, instructor Demvia Mazlan, and I hope I said that right. And then she's also going to have one of her students who just recently won a national STEM challenge here back on February 13th. So pretty cool deal. So we'll talk about that with them here in just a bit. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to replay an interview. Last week we had Jimmy Allison and Denise Trowbridge with the Scouts, the Conquistador Council. They've got their Pinewood Derby coming up and talking a little bit more about scouting. So we're going to play that interview for you in the 8 o'clock hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15 on Friday, Paul Gessing with the Rio Grande Foundation joined us, spent about 15, 20 minutes talking to us about the legislative session, giving us a recap of the good, the bad, the ugly there, and also talking about something that's on the Rio Grande Foundation's website called the Freedom Index, which is something he's done every year for many moons now, where he basically has a rating of all of your New Mexico legislatures based on their votes, and then they have their criteria based, you can read more about it, but basically kind of gives a report card on all the legislators in New Mexico on their voting records and how they voted and things like that. So we talked a little bit about that with Paul there. So we'll play that for you about 9:15 this morning. Plus, we'll have all of your features that include the newses of the local and national variety, Wall Street business updates, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do any of that, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very warm and very windy for the next couple of days. No rain in the forecast for a while. We'll be getting sunshine today. Our afternoon high in the mid-80s. Wind at 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting to 35. Overnight, cloudy, breezy, and we're in the 50s. And then some blowing dust possible across the area on Tuesday. Wind gusting to 50 miles an hour, highs in the 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 51 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 45%. Winds currently out of the south at 6 miles per hour. You heard with the winds, we do have a high wind watch. Well, actually, let's start in order here. Red flag warning first. That's going to kick in at 8 a.m. this morning, and that will remain in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. And then tonight, They've issued a high wind warning, and that's going to kick in at 11 p.m. and remain in effect through 11 p.m. tomorrow night. I'm guessing the red flag warning will also get extended or continued into tomorrow as well also. So just be notes there. But far as weather goes for today, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-80s. So it's going to be warm, 84 for a high today. Winds breezy, but not as bad as later. So enjoy today's a little bit. Southwest winds 5 to 10 this morning, picking up 15 to 20 later today. Mostly cloudy tonight. Expect an overnight low of 55 degrees. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then Tuesday, that's when the winds really start picking up. Widespread blowing dust, mainly between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. tomorrow. Partly cloudy. Highs expected to reach 77 degrees. Winds will be out of the west, 15 to 25 early, increasing 30 to 40 with wind gusts as high as 55 miles per hour by Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of 41 degrees. Winds will be blowing out of the west, 25 to 30, gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. Winds will drop down 15 to 20 after midnight tomorrow night. Wednesday, partly cloudy, cooler, back down in the upper 50s, 57 for a high. Winds out of the north, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday night, we're looking at a 50% chance of rain showers overnight. They're talking like 2 in the morning. Could see some of that change over to snow. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 35 degrees, so not a whole lot of snow. But our chance of precip is at 50% Wednesday night. Thursday, we got a 20% chance of some rain and snow before 11. Otherwise, mostly sunny for the day with a high of 62. So don't get too excited about snow. And then, like I said, a 20% chance of precip on Thursday. Thursday night, mostly clear, 37 for an overnight low. And then sunny, highs back near 75 on Friday. All right, it is 7:22. We're going to take we'll get you into your Roswell Livestock Report with Smiley Wooten, then we'll take a quick break. Here in about 3.5 minutes, we'll be back, and then we'll talk with the folks from NIMI. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good February run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings, bred cows. We expect to sell 1,450 head. Break it down like this: 200, 250 weighing cows and bulls, 225, 250 pairs of bred cows, 900, 1,000 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 90 bred cows right off the Brown Brothers Ranch right here southwest of Roswell. Excellent quality black Brangus cows, second and third trimester bred to high quality Brangus bulls, really good flesh, 8 to 10 years old. 52 bred cows. Mr. J. Houston came out of New Mexico. Excellent quality black white face Angus crossbred cows bred to Angus bulls, 4 to 9 years old. 25 bred cows, Three Rivers Cattle Company over at Carrizosa, New Mexico. Excellent quality black Angus cows bred to Angus bulls, cows 3 to 9 years old. 60 calves, Mr. Chad Salisbury, Magdalena, New Mexico. Excellent quality black white face Angus crossbred calves, cattle weaned 60 days, 2 rounds of shots, 450, 600 pounds. 52 calves, Earl Baker, Van Horn, Texas. Excellent quality black white face Angus crossbred calves, cattle weaned 45 days, 2 rounds of shots, 400, 550 pounds. 52 calves, JCJ Ranch, Santa Teresa, New Mexico. Good quality black white face red Angus crossbred calves, cattle weaned 45 days, 1 round of shots, 375, 550 pounds. 48 calves, the Heritage Ranch, Fort Stockton, Texas. Excellent quality black white face Angus and Brangus cross calves, cattle weaned 30 to 45 days, shots 350, 450 pounds. 45 calves, Mr. Zachary Mobley, Carlsbad, New Mexico. Excellent quality black and Charolais crossbred calves, medium condition, 1 round of shots, 400, 600 pounds. 31 calves, Diamond Tail Ranch, Quemada, New Mexico. Excellent quality black white face Angus crossbred calves, cattle weaned 30 days, 375, 500 pounds. 70 calves and yearlings, calves and light yearlings, Mr. Ellie Hagglestein, Sanderson, Texas. Good quality crossbred calves and light yearlings, 400, 700 pounds. Also off this consignment, 14 rope and size calves, 175, 250 pounds. Sale time this morning will be 9 o'clock. Sale pairs, bred cows 10:15, 10:30. Be selling calves and yearlings about 11:30 to 12 o'clock noon. We expect to sell 1,450 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
So what do love and onions have in common? Well, they both can make you cry, and both are on our mind right now. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. February is a time for roses and chocolate kisses, but it's also time to plant onion. Yeah, I know, you were wondering, where is he going with this? Growing your own onions is easy and fun, and we have everything you need to get started. So when you think of love, think of onion.
Just be sure and bring along a few breath mint.
Yes, dear.
The Fergalicious boys can keep you hot this winter.
Fergalicious.
Oh yeah, it's getting cold out there, and Fergus Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep things hot in your home. They can come by and winterize your pipes and check your insulation, and you know they'll do it with nothing but love. Oh yeah, baby. Call the Fergalicious boys at Fergus Plumbing and Heating at 622-2660. When you need it hot, Fergus is on the job.
Fergalicious.
It's that time again for Central Valley Electric Cooperative's annual meeting, so mark your calendar for Saturday, March 16th. The drive-through meeting will be at the Bulldog Bowl parking lot, and the first 200 registered members will receive a $50 gift card, a goodie bag, and be entered for a chance to win a door prize. CVE is your co-op. Use your power and come vote at the annual meeting. You can drive through anytime between 9 a.m. and noon on Saturday, March 16th. Hope to see you there.
Hey, Freddie Sos here with breaking news. Right now, we have over 20 new half-ton trucks currently in stock with rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. You won't find these rates anywhere else, so do me a favor, tell your friends, and race on in to Richland Motors, 2601 West 2nd in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 27 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in this morning from the New Mexico Military Institute, we have, I didn't catch your rank, so I didn't do the rank part.
Lieutenant Colonel.
Lieutenant Colonel, there we go. Demvia Mazlian. Or Mazlian?
Yes, Mazlian.
I get it the second time then. And then also, technically our star of today's interview. Let's see if I botch this. Clarice?
Yes.
Coelho?
Coelho.
All right. I was
almost there.
Almost there. So, well, good morning. How are you ladies doing today? Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good
morning, too.
So, what year are you a student at the Institute?
So I'm currently a senior at the New Mexico Military Institute.
In the high school?
Yes, high school.
Okay. All right. What? So, tell folks where you're from originally.
Oh, okay. I'm originally from a town in Brazil called Diamantina.
Okay.
In the state of Minas Gerais.
Okay. Is it a very small town? Is it near like one of the major towns?
It's like Roswell.
Okay.
It's like a small town.
Okay. Now, are you closer to the shoreline or more in country where the mountains and things like that?
Yeah, I'm close to the mountains.
Okay. Very good.
I wish my state had access to the beach.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool.
Well, and that's what people don't realize. Brazil, I mean, it's a big country. I mean, it's one of I think it is the biggest, or I don't know.
It's the fifth biggest
I knew it's
country in the
right
world.
in there with the land-wise there, but you get everything. I mean, a lot of people see the beaches and the sand and that side of it, and that's one part of Brazil. But
yeah, that's just one part of it.
You get in country, and it's a whole different environment there with just like the United States. You know, you get on our coast and beaches, you get in the middle like this, and it's got mountains and desert and
yes,
everything.
Exactly.
Too. So now, how long have you been at the Institute? Were you there for your whole high school career?
No, I came to the Institute as a junior.
Okay.
So 2022.
Okay.
So this is my second year.
Okay.
Over there, and it was a really great time.
Excellent. So the reason we're here, not because she's from Brazil, that's pretty cool and everything here, but kind of explain. Now, you were at a STEM challenge, and was this a national challenge?
Yes.
Competing against students all across the country.
Yes,
at the high school level here.
Yes.
So kind of explain a little bit about the STEM challenge and what this was all about.
So she's one of our students for the STEM club at NIMI.
Okay.
And in November, we went to a training for the national... No, not the national, but the Governor STEM Challenge here in New Mexico.
Here in New Mexico, okay.
Yes, and the organizer informed us that there was an email they received from the National STEM Challenge that they are inviting students to join.
Okay.
And so But then when I went into the website, like the registration, the day they told us the registration is like in 3 weeks.
Okay.
So
it was kind of like, oh, we better get cracking here.
I know. So the National STEM Challenge is joined by different students, national, of course, the 50 states and the U.S. territories.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So in December, they announced the semifinalists.
Okay.
And then from those semifinalists, they had to do a video explaining their project.
Okay.
And then from that, they selected the champions. So there were 2,545 entries.
Oh, wow.
All in all. And like her project was one of the 126 champions.
Wow. So right down to the finalists.
Yes.
Here. Very good.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about your project and how kind of this, how you were inspired to do this as your project.
Okay. So the name of my project it's kind of long. It's Strengthening Defenses, Analyzing the Immunomodulatory Potential of Beta-glucan in Ordinary Mushrooms.
Yeah, that's a mouthful.
So
I caught mushrooms.
So kind of like everything started when we were brainstorming.
Okay.
There's a STEM
For the
club.
title or for the whole project?
I think for both.
For her project.
So basically, we were brainstorming for the project, and then the beginning of the semester, for last semester, on the beginning of the fall, and then I knew I wanted to do something health related because I knew I wanted to follow that path, like that pathway.
Is that your like pursuit? Is career
Yes.
is medical healthcare?
In that area, I'm not
Okay.
sure if I want to pursue the medical field.
Okay,
but something
definitely
along
in science.
Those, yes,
and
in science.
whether if you're not
and-
helping patients, you're in a lab.
Yes, exactly.
creating the next thing to help patients, something like that.
Yeah.
in that field,
Okay.
among those lines. And then I started brainstorming, and then I started to think, okay, if I'm going to do something to help people with their like health, the first thing that our body has is the first line of defense, our immune system.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something along those lines.
Okay.
And then I started to research, and then I came up with a substance called beta-glucan.
Okay.
This substance, it's usually on the walls of the cell walls of mushrooms.
Okay.
But it can also be found in other like
Okay.
living things such
Gotcha.
as bacteria and other mushrooms.
But more common in mushrooms.
Yes, more
Gotcha.
common in mushrooms in
Okay.
the cell walls. And then I knew that this substance, as I researched, I realized that this substance, it can make our immune system work faster.
Okay.
So basically, it kind of
It's like if it works for
increases-
mushrooms, maybe it can help us a little bit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it can make our immune system work faster and more efficiency.
Okay.
With more efficiency. So basically, I was like, okay, so how can I introduce that to someone's diet? Like, so how can I make that substance more present? Because I know many people don't like to take pills or don't like to take medicines every day because that becomes kind of a chore.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God,
and the older you
I
get, the more
forgot.
pills you gotta take.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to incorporate that to help people's immune system to get better. However, at the same time, I didn't want it to be a chore. Like, oh my God, I need to take this medicine every single
Sure.
day in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's when I came up with the idea, okay, why I don't just research the mushrooms? Like, I make a list with the ones with the highest concentrations. That's what I did.
Okay.
I created a list, and the mushroom with the highest amount based on my research was the lion's mane and shiitake. Those are pretty common mushrooms that we
Right.
can find in the grocery
Yeah, you
store.
can go to the grocery store and pick them up all
Yes,
the time. Absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And then the whole thing of my project, the whole point of it was if you increase your amount of mushrooms in your diet, you can actually make your immune system work better. That's
Nice.
kind of a summary.
Do you
of
like
it.
cooking?
Yes, I
I
really
was
like
about to say,
cooking.
you could easily like pivot your career thing and do a little, famous
Yeah, we-
celebrity chef
We
kind of
can
thing.
be partners. I love
Exactly.
cooking too.
Exactly. Maybe because you gotta have. Well, if you're gonna do partners, you gotta have a gimmick. So you need like a good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
So you have like a Gordon Ramsay yell at you type, and then the other one's like real nice and like it's okay. You know what I mean? Something like that. But that's very cool. So how did this all like? What inspired you to take this project? I mean, were you just into mushrooms one day and said, you know what, I bet there's some, or did you read something that said, I bet we could do? I mean, what was it that inspired you to take on this project?
So basically, I I knew I wanted to do something related with health and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm vegetarian.
Okay.
So basically,
you're trying to already looking for ways to incorporate those into your diet through other means.
Yes, because as a vegetarian,
Yeah.
I need to make some changes. Like since I don't eat meat,
Right.
I need to get protein and other like substances from other like plants
Absolutely.
and mushrooms
Find
and
other protein-based
other
nuts
resources
and soy and things like that.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. And then that's one of the ideas when I feel okay. Let's research some mushrooms. What can I get out of it? Since
Gotcha.
that was something I really like and I usually eat. So it's like I just kind of switch. I'm like put them together.
Now I'm a meat eater. I ain't gonna lie. I love me a cheeseburger. So but I know and seen a lot of times where they'll do burgers and things, and instead of the meat, they'll use a mushroom. Or I mean, they got Impossible Burgers and all that now, but kind of the ways they were doing it before the fake meats came out was you making like especially your shiitake and their larger mushrooms that you could kind of make a patty size out of. They're literally we're using that as kind of your base for your burger, so to speak. And so it does make sense that kind of thing. It's like and this is me being dumb and a little bit, but it's like cauliflower now. Back in the day, everyone was like, "What's now?" They put in everything. It's your rice, it's potatoes, it's pizza crust, it's everything you pretty much. You can almost substitute it for anything that's a wheat-based kind of thing now here, and and so mushrooms are in some ways doing some of that for meats and things too. Now, are you like a vegan or vegetarian?
No, just vegetarian.
So you'll eat fish or milk or dairy or something?
No, I don't eat. Just dairy. I don't eat fish.
Okay.
So.
But you'll have a piece of cheese or
yes,
or milk
I
or
love
something.
cheese. Like my state is known for its cheese.
I was about to
so
say that's my biggest thing. With
I'm kind
vegans.
of biased when it comes to that. I'm really biased about cheese.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate, and I'm like, all right, if you go vegan, and like, all right, maybe a steak I can find a way, but you can't replace cheese, man.
That's really hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Cheese is hard, and because everything that's bad, they fix it with cheese. Like when you're kids. You don't like your broccoli? Throw some cheese on.
Yeah, that's true.
Now that I think about that, because you grew up in Brazil, I'm very curious. What was, so we're talking about food and stuff. What's kind of some of your staples and things? The foods you see here, is that same kind of stuff or completely?
Oh, I mean, since here in New Mexico we have a lot of Mexican influence.
Yeah, obviously
especially
a lot of
in the
Latin
food.
Spices.
So
and things.
we have some like similarities, but I think it's way deep. Like it's way different, the food over there, especially the seasoning that we put on the food. Because when I came here for the first time, I was not used to the spicy food. So I really had a hard time, like, eating all the spice. I was like, oh, my God, I can't eat this.
And that's the Mexican Latin influence
Yes,
there,
and I was
right?
like, I just can't. I can't deal with it.
Well, and something I've learned because I'm like you. I grew, I didn't grow up around this. But I've learned that, like, the Latin spice palette, or a spice that like peppers and stuff they use in Latin-based cuisine, generally is a different kind of hot than something you'd see in Asian or Indian cuisine.
Yes, it's a different.
To me, the Latin-based is a slow burn. Like, it doesn't hit you right away. Like, you're eating it, and then you're about halfway into it, and your whole mouth's on fire, and everything's sweating, and you're like, oh my God, what'd I do? Whereas Asian and Indian, it tells you right up front. You put that in your mouth, and next thing you know, fire shoots out.
Yes.
And so to me, that's the big difference, where the Latin sneaks up on you. Next thing you know, you get half of it, like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Whereas Indian or Asian cuisine, it's like, bam, right in your face there. So,
right away.
But anyway, I got off track here, so you're now a senior in high school.
Yes.
Now, where does this go with the STEM? Now, where do you take, like, do you get to continue research on this thing and then maybe pursue?
We would like to.
Is that kind of the next step? Now, is that something you do kind of on your own, or does because I know, like, we've talked in the past a little bit about where kids work on a patented project.
Yes, I'm trying to, like, I'm trying to reach somebody from the National Society for Science.
Okay.
To see if
this is kind of like the Inventors Hall of Fame kind of and all that.
To see if we can patent it.
Okay.
Yeah, but
and take it to the next step here.
Yes, because there was one article that we have read that it's not only like for the immune system, but it also can help for like for our. So you know how in our immune system there's a cell that is called T cells,
yes,
which is responsible for
like
making sure that the number of cancer cells in our body stays the same.
I remember like, and this is where my age. I remember back when the AIDS epidemic. Was in a higher, much more, around the world or around in popularity. One of the words they said was that people, when they were getting sick, it was all about the T cells. Like the higher the number, the better. When it got low, that's when they had to. So in the immune system there. I was just giving a comparison for people to
so
explain
like we read one article that says beta-glucan 2 can help our T cells like to work faster. So let's say, for example, for people who have cancers, it will be very helpful because the T cells. So let's say, for example, without the beta-glucan, your T cells can work like killing cancer cells, like let's say in 1 minute, 5 cancer cells. But if you have the beta-glucan in your body, it can kill like faster. So maybe instead of 10 cancer cells per minute, it may be 20 or something like that.
So it's kind of like, this is where we get stupid. Picture your T cells like a soldier. Right? And when you give them these other, now the soldier's got a bazooka and a hand grenade and a gun. He's better equipped. Where before you're like, no, here's your helmet. Get in there and do something, soldier. And that's
really
kind of what's going on.
And also, so for her National STEM Challenge, we are going to Washington, D.C. in April 11 to 14.
Oh, wow.
Have
you been to D.C. before?
No.
Yes. We went there for there was a band choir trip. It was like 2 weeks ago. And then we got the chance to go to
So do you get to see sightseeing, or you're usually busy doing all your stuff?
The last day we took the morning to sightsee.
Oh, good.
So it was really good.
Well, hope you get a little bit more because
Yes.
There's a lot. I guarantee you didn't see all DC had to offer the time. There's a lot to see.
For sure.
So she will be joining the other 125 champions to showcase their project in a STEM festival.
Good deal. So does like when you do the STEM festival and everything, is there like companies and other entities that are seeing this? And they're kind of like,
this is our first time.
How you doing? You're in high school.
I would love to have an
let's
offer.
talk here. Maybe we can help you out through college.
Oh my God, that's literally my dream right now.
So this is really putting awesome. This is really putting the world's eyeballs on your project here doing this.
That's true.
And setting. That is so cool.
A lot of pressure too.
That is so cool. And you're what, 17?
I'm 18.
18.
I just turned 18.
Oh, well, that's different. And it's never mind. It's not that big a deal. You're 18 instead of 7. I'm just kidding. But that is so cool that you barely started in this world and you're already making huge strides in it. And that's so cool.
Yes, that's really awesome.
So I'm curious, not to put you on the spot or nothing, but you are the senior Colt at the New Mexico Military Institute. Is plans to be a Bronco in the future here?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Well, I'm applying for universities right now.
Well, so you got a lot of opportunities here.
Yes,
so, but I didn't know if you just fell so in love with New Mexico that you're like, I got to have 2 more years of green chili and study in here.
Well, maybe. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. But yeah, that's one of my options.
Good deal. So I'm curious, do you want to go back to Brazil or do you want to, where's, like when you're done with your education side, do you want to go back to Brazil? Do you want to see the world? Do you want, I mean, obviously you're 18 and the world's your oyster. You haven't decided, but like if you had to pick today, what would you want to do?
Well, if I had to pick today, I would probably keep studying the United States.
Gotcha.
But that would depend a lot in the scholarships and financial situation.
Money does determine how long you get to do things sometimes.
That's a really big deal for me right now. And then if everything goes as planned, I keep studying in the United States.
Okay.
And then after that, I would love to travel the world and get to see other cultures and everything.
How much traveling? I mean, like you said, you've been to D.C. Have you done, other than Brazil and the United States, have you done some world travel and things?
I went one time to Australia.
Isn't Australia cool? I got to go when I was 15 in the Boy Scouts.
Really nice. My cousin lives there.
Really cool.
So I got to visit him. So it was really awesome.
Have you been? No, it's.
But I want to go and visit.
Yeah. We were like 14, 15 at the time. And so as soon as, and you can appreciate this because you've been there, but as soon as we landed and got to the airport, of course, you're below the equator, so everything's different. Now, you're used to this being from Brazil.
I'm used to that.
Old hat, but not us dummies that were up here the whole time. So we went to Australia, and then we go to the bathroom, and someone looks and says, something don't look right with this toilet. And then someone else said, the water's spinning the other way. I said, that's it. The water's spinning the other way. And so we were blown away by the fact that it's below the equator.
It's because of the Coriolis effect.
Yeah. And so we're like, how cool is that? And then the next dumb thing we did, we run out the airport to get on our bus, and they drive on the other side of the road. So we all run to the side where the door normally is. And there's the driver going, dummy, get over here.
Amazing.
We were so touristy when we got out there. But it was so cool to see that country and everything else. So now I'm curious. What's your dream country you haven't been to? What's your bucket list of places you want to see?
Oh my God, my bucket list.
Yeah.
I would say it's Italy. I really want to go to Italy.
Military sent me there for 2 months.
Cool.
Yeah, New Zealand I would like to check out.
and Japan. I think those 3 countries.
Yeah,
I
Japan.
really
I've seen the pic. I'd love to just go through Tokyo and experience the shopping and all of the hustle and bustle of it. Just kind of sit down and get ice cream from a vending machine and things like that. And, just roll up to a place and grab sushi or something like, you know what I mean? Just like we grab a McDonald's burger. Or
Oh my God.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yes.
But very good. So that's awesome. So now you go in April to DC.
Yes.
Very cool. Now, how long is that trip? Is that like a couple days?
4 days.
4 days.
Yeah, it's a 4-day
so it's
trip.
a lot going on in and not a lot of time probably.
So we're going to be really busy with all the events, with the presentations.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be really nice to talk to other people in the same field as I am.
Yeah.
So basically they're also research, and that's something really cool and something I'm really looking forward for.
Yeah. Well, and imagine too, that creates collaboration too.
Yes.
Because imagine you'll meet some people and they'll hear your idea about the mushrooms, and then they'll have maybe a layer to add to that, or vice versa. You see their project and you have, well, that's cool, but what if you did it this way? And next thing you know, that's how big brains in a room together. That's how they come up with a lot of good stuff.
A lot of good ideas, hopefully.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. Sounds like you're doing them. So, do you get a chance? Do you have family in Brazil and things? Do you get a chance to see them, or? Obviously, in the world we live in, you probably can Zoom or FaceTime with them pretty regular and frequently and all that. Do they get to come to the States to visit?
No, they've never been here before.
Well, maybe one day we can get you for graduation
one day,
or something.
Maybe my college graduation, or maybe when I'm in college, they might be able to come here.
Have they been out of the country before?
No, they've never been out of the country before.
So you're the like the astronaut of the family
pretty
here.
much.
You're the one
the
breaking
astronaut.
all through the glass ceilings and doing all the things that
I'm
the
just
family's never.
Why not?
Good
Let's
for
go.
you. It's great. Get to see the world. And remember us little people when you're the next, at the World Scientist Conference doing all that stuff.
Because I've never expected I was going to study in the United States at such a young age.
Yeah.
Because what happened was my school in Brazil, they did a partnership with NMMI, and then they chose the top 5 students from junior, sophomore, and freshman year to come here with a full ride scholarship. Wow. And fortunately, I was one of the ones that got the full ride scholarship. Nice. So that's pretty much how I end up at the institute, and that's
awesome.
That's something I would have never imagined. If you asked me 6 months before I came here, if I was going to study in the United States, I would be like, oh, of course not. Maybe in college, but not right now.
Right.
That was something really unexpected.
And now I'm curious, what was that moment in your life as a little girl where you said, this is where I want to, was it something you saw on TV or something you saw in your neighborhood? What was it that kind of, was there, or was it a series of things that kind of drew your interest and say, this is what I want to do with my life?
I think it was I've always wanted to study abroad. That was one of my dreams. I was I really want to study abroad and actually be in a high school musical movie. That was one of my I will study abroad one day. Gotcha. But I was planning to do that at college or maybe.
But were you a nosy kid? Were you the kid that wanted to see how things worked, so you just tore it apart or added stuff to it just to kind of see what it did? Yeah, because I think every person in science has a little of that in them. You gotta say, what's this button do?
Yes, what does it do?
You gotta have a little bit of that. Don't push that button, but I want to push that button.
I will.
There's a little of that in every scientist, I think. You
For
know
sure.
what I mean? So I didn't know if as a kid you were the one that made your parents crazy because you're tearing apart things or putting, quit mixing the things and all the things under the sink that you're not supposed to be mixing or doing whatever.
Exactly.
Very cool. Well, good deal. That is so great. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And good luck here in April. I hopefully maybe when that goes, you can come back and give us an update. And
of course.
if you're not, of course, that time April, you might be busy getting ready for your college plans and and getting ready to do all, because it's kind of a busy time for you here.
Yeah, that's true.
Months.
But
because, by the way, aside from creating a new thing that might save humanity with immune systems and all that, she does have to graduate high school and get ready for college and live her other life, too.
Yeah, I'm still a teenager.
Do all that, knock that out real quick, too. So that's amazing. It sounds like so I'm curious, what's when you're not doing this stuff, what's your interests, hobbies? What do you like doing? What's fun for you?
That's let me think. Well, I really like to play the guitar and sing.
So you do have a creative side too.
Yes, I really love that, and that's one of my passions. I've been doing that since I was like 7 or 8.
Sure. I'm gonna guess, just to take a stab, one helps the other.
Yes.
Like you see things better in math and science because your ability to do music, and vice versa. I think your ability
I think both of them
to do music is probably enhanced because you can understand and concept math and science equations and things. So I think that
both of them are connected in some way.
I think there is. I think now how to learn those things may be different for people.
Yes, that's my de-stressing.
Yeah, exactly. Are you a musical person too?
Yeah,
you're not doing science stuff.
Yeah, I do karaoke by myself.
So you're a singer. Hey,
and I play
singing in the shower, still singing. I don't care what anybody says.
It still counts.
I play the guitar, but I'm not really good at it.
Yeah.
But I can play.
Hey, maybe if you can't design a mushroom that saves the world, maybe we can make a bar of soap that's shaped like a microphone for people in the shower. A karaoke soap.
Oh my goodness.
Karaoke soap. And maybe we can put a little Bluetooth in it and they can record themselves until the soap wears down.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Very cool. Is there anything we wanted to share? Any information that we just got sidetracked on, or we wanted to brag on a little bit here that we got sidebarred on?
I want to announce that New Mexico Military Institute will be hosting the first Southern New Mexico Regional STEM Challenge.
Oh, cool!
In March 16.
Okay, so here in about 3 weeks here, 3 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, today's the 20th. Listen, about 2 weeks.
So that is a ISEF-affiliated event. So it means that we select the top 3 for that event that can go directly to the International Science Fair in Los Angeles in May.
So these will be students from all over
Southern
the state,
New Mexico.
or southern part of the state. Very
Southern
good.
Part of the state,
For a chance to, who knows?
Yeah.
Be our next
National STEM Challenge
STEM
champion.
Challenge champ here, That's so cool. But come out, and of course, come as the public.
Okay.
You want to see what our kids are doing? Come to the STEM Challenge and see some of these projects and cheer them on and ask questions and
get involved.
And this is the kind of stuff because we look in the world and we see what's going on in the media and the news and everybody's trying to be negative and all that. And it does eat at you sometimes. Sometimes what you need is seeing positive, seeing humanity do great things. And
that's very true.
The Institute is full of that. So come check it out. That kind of is a good counterbalance to the negativity in our world.
Yes.
That's true.
That is very true. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. And
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you
good
so
luck
much.
on the next phase here.
Thank you.
And please reach out when after April here and definitely love to tell us
Oh,
how
yeah,
that
of
goes.
course,
and
of course.
love to see. And plus, you got to tell me about results from DC and kind of. I'd have food recommendations, but you're vegetarian, and most of my stuff requires a burger. So.
Oh, goodness. It's fine. No worries, sir.
But if you do get a chance, try to check out a sports game. Like it'll be in April, so you might catch some hockey. You might catch some basketball.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We'll
Caps
see.
and Wizards.
We'll see if we even have the time to go.
Yeah. And then, of course, Nationals right around April, depending when you go in April, that's right around the start of the season.
Wow.
You might be able to catch a DC football game or basketball game. Not football, it's out of season, but basketball or hockey or baseball. That'd be kind of
I've never seen a hockey game before, so that would be a really good time
It's fun
be.
to watch. I will argue that's the most exciting sport to watch live. Some would disagree with me. But do you like physical hitting and you like a little violence in your sport?
Kind of, I guess.
Okay. I'm just checking. I didn't know. You're a woman of peace and science. I didn't know if you like a good hip check every now and then. But thank you very much.
Thank you
so much for the invitation. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, and thank you. And we are so excited to see what's next. And remember us little people when
I will.
when you're off doing bigger and better things for the world. So
Keep you updated. Don't worry, sir.
Keep us in tabs on that.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
All right, it is 7:54. Let's pause for news and your Kim Commando update before we get you into more news. Don't go away.
Now, your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We begin today in Roswell, where police have recently bought new equipment to help with investigations of child abuse. 5 high-tech camera kits and an alternate light source tablet were funded using $45,000 that court-appointed special advocates obtained as part of a larger amount from state lawmakers. The funding will aid local police in investigating child abuse cases. The ALS tablet uses various types of light, allowing investigators to see deep or undeveloped bruises, often found in child abuse cases. Also in Roswell, the city's animal shelter has temporarily halted all intakes of new animals due to an outbreak of canine parvovirus. The measure is expected to last a couple of weeks. A statement from the city says the shelter will continue to maintain all essential operations for animals currently housed at the facility, but it's pausing intakes except in emergency situations. Strict biosecurity measures and sanitation policies are also being implemented to address the shelter's rise in parvovirus cases. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Want that sale price? Better give up your data. Smartphone apps make purchasing simple, but they also come at a huge cost, your privacy. I'm Kim Commando. Get tech smarts with my free newsletter at getkim.com. Most grocery stores are ditching physical loyalty cards for smartphone apps. But what if you don't want to download an app? You'll pay as much as 3 times more for a single item. Over time, that adds up. Here are 4 ways to get discounts without giving up your privacy. Number 1, look for stores that don't require loyalty programs. Trader Joe's, Walmart come to mind. Everyone gets the lowest price possible. 2, look for coupons at grocery store websites to print, snip, and hand in. 3, ask for the discount anyway. Behind the counter, cashiers usually have a code to charge the digital price without you needing to have a loyalty app or code. And finally, ask the store manager if you can use a phone number or a physical card instead of an app. Most have to accommodate folks who don't use a smartphone. Do it now. Sign up for my free newsletter at getkim.com. Ever browse in incognito mode? Well, incognito mode is part of your Chrome browser. So, yeah, it's a Google product, and Google has made its fortune by tracking your movements online. Google's defense? Incognito does not mean invisible. So how do you actually make yourself invisible online? With ExpressVPN. Data brokers buy and sell your IP address, which uniquely identifies you and your location. But with ExpressVPN, your connection is encrypted and your IP address is masked, so it's harder for third parties to identify you and harvest your data. It's a must-have for truly private browsing. I use ExpressVPN every time I go online. It's easy to fire up the app and tap connect. So if you really want to go incognito and protect your privacy, secure yourself with the #1 rated VPN. Visit expressvpn.com/tech and get 3 extra months free. That's expressvpn.com/tech. expressvpn.com/tech.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. This week, district basketball tournaments begin, and it starts locally with a tiebreaker game tonight in Hobbs. The Roswell Coyotes forced the tiebreaker by beating Clovis on Friday night by a score of 69-60. So they're tied for first. The tiebreaker takes place tonight in Hobbs at 6 o'clock. Hey, congratulations to Danilo Brito from NMMI. He had a couple of third-place finishes at the state swimming championships. NMMI's boys finished 18th as a team, largely thanks to Danilo. He finished 3rd in the 50 free and 3rd in the 100 freestyle race. Quite an accomplishment for him. Remember, there's only one classification for the state swimming. And Mary Olvera from NMMI also in the girls 100 free. She finished 7th overall. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very warm and very windy for the next couple of days. No rain in the forecast for a while. We'll be getting sunshine today. Our afternoon high in the mid-80s. Wind at 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting to 35. Overnight, cloudy, breezy, and we're in the 50s. And then some blowing dust possible across the area on Tuesday. Wind gusting to 50 miles an hour, highs in the 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Foot and ankle problems are often agonizing, but they don't have to be. At Artesia General Hospital, we're passionate about helping every patient return to optimal mobility with confidence and comfort. Our board-certified podiatrists, Dr. Jennifer Chow and Dr. Michael Krupa, provide a full spectrum of services ranging from routine foot care and pain relief to customized treatment plans and leading-edge surgeries. Visit artesiageneral.com/footcare to request your appointment today.
Grab your boots and head for the Liberty in Roswell for Country Dance Night with the Colt Gibson Band.
I'm going right out of what's left of my mind.
Friday, March 1st, with special guest Fabian Romero. Doors open at 6 and the show starts at 7. Tickets and more info at thelibertyinc.com. Don't miss Country Dance Night with the Colt Gibson Band.
Left of my mind.
Friday, March 1st at the Liberty in Roswell.
Hi, this is Colt Gibson, and I approve this message.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
$454 million civil fraud judgment in New York, even as Mr. Trump pursues his bid for re-election. A 25-year-old man, a U.S. military service member, has died after setting himself on fire yesterday outside the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C., reportedly yelling, "Free Palestine."
A spokeswoman for the U.S. Air Force confirmed that the incident involved an active duty airman, but the authorities have so far declined to say whether it was a form of protest. It's not the first incident of self-immolation outside an Israeli diplomatic mission in the U.S. since the conflict between Israel and Hamas erupted in October. In December, one person set themselves on fire in front of the Israeli consulate in the state of Georgia. On that occasion, remnants of a Palestinian flag were found at the scene, and police said it appeared to be an extreme act of political protest.
The BBC's Warren Bull. Following her loss in the South Carolina Republican primary, Nikki Haley is losing a major source of campaign funding, as first reported by Politico. Americans for Prosperity is ending its support of the Haley campaign, but Haley is not throwing in the towel.
Now that Donald Trump's made it 4 in a row with his win in South Carolina, the next contest comes Tuesday in Michigan.
I have never seen the Republican Party so unified as it is right now.
But Nikki Haley isn't giving up, saying many voters want an alternative.
In the next 10 days, another 21 states and territories will speak. They have the right to a real choice.
I'm Jackie Quinn.
Republican National Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel announcing plans to step down March 8th. On Wall Street this morning, stocks have been mixed. So far, the Dow is higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Police divers searching inland waterways for the bodies of 2 people fatally shot in Sydney, allegedly by a police officer using his service revolver.
Detectives say that Police Constable Beau Lamar Condon has made a partial confession, but isn't cooperating in the search for his alleged victims. In an unusually candid press conference, they said the suspect had driven a van to a rural property and spent about half an hour at the site. Divers are now searching dams on the farmland, though police say the bodies of Mr Davies and Mr Baird may be elsewhere. Meanwhile, New South Wales Police say there will be a review of its policies on the handling and signing out of firearms.
The BBC's Simon Atkinson. 2 prominent Chinese bloggers in exile claim police are investigating their millions of followers on international social media platforms. It is an escalation of Beijing's attempts to clamp down on critical speech, even outside of the country's borders. News and analysis at townhall.com. Inflation-weary consumers, and just maybe you're one of them, are revolting against sky-high prices by changing their shopping habits.
Fed up with prices that remain about 19% higher on average than they were before the pandemic, consumers are pushing back. In grocery stores, they're shifting away from name brands to store brand items, switching to discount stores, or simply buying fewer items like snacks or gourmet foods. The trend has been most visible with food and everyday consumer goods like napkins and paper towels. More Americans are also opting for used cars, forcing some dealers to come up with incentives for new car buyers. Bob Agnew reporting.
The Hungarian parliament is set to ratify Sweden's bid to join NATO, likely bringing an end to more than 18 months of delays that have frustrated the alliance as it seeks to expand in response to Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine. To get on Wall Street this hour, the Dow is up 77 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. The deuce of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. Happy Monday.
Hi.
Hope your Monday's going well.
Sorry
about that.
He hit the cough button, but forgot my mic was on too.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it happens.
But happy Monday.
Yes.
Hope your Monday is going well.
I'm curious. How are you feeling? Because pull back the curtain. Your medication changed recently, and it was sort of affecting your Monday. Nausea level was starting to kind of.
I'm not ready to eat anything, but I can drink a little something.
But you're not feeling overly nauseated.
Not at the moment.
Okay, so
but yes,
maybe we've crossed that threshold.
Not yet.
Okay.
Nah, because yesterday was not a good day.
I see.
And quite frankly, last night was not the best of nights. And I don't feel 100%,
right.
But I'm better. Yeah, I'm not ready to tackle
beauty.
You know,
it's a bit of a bummer though, because this change in medication has basically like kidnapped your weekends.
Kind of has a little bit for now. My weekends are pretty much dealing with the issues of my meds, but
that's no fun.
Well, my wife isn't as bad as I am.
Right.
And she's been doing it maybe a month more than I have.
Really? Okay.
Maybe.
I see. I thought you guys started it around the same time.
No, she started it about 3 weeks to a month before I did.
Okay.
And actually, that's probably not accurate. I think it was actually longer than that. But because she did it, and then he started me at the first of the year.
Gotcha.
So, matter of fact, I got to go tomorrow for my
follow-up
30-day check-in and all that. And now it's kind of this resurge of the cough thing that started over the weekend. Where and Saturday I was a little congested and I took a leave and that helped. And then Sunday I was noticing coffee like this, and it's just like certain moments when I go to talk or try to drive. So I'm kind of, but it the more I think about it, the more it happens. If I just let it go,
right.
It doesn't do it.
So in other words, we need to stop talking about it.
Right. But sometimes I get excited and I start to spew, and that's what triggers it sometimes. I'm like, oh, hey, and they're like, oh, and then, yeah, but It's just one of them things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm. And there's some days, like last week, there's a couple days I felt amazing. Like I woke up, didn't have any issues, and everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take the shot on Saturdays.
Right.
And so usually I'll start feeling results Saturday night, Sunday, and into Monday a little bit.
Okay.
And then during the week it just kind of comes in these moments. And that's what I get now is like I'll be great, and then one moment all of a sudden out of nowhere I feel nauseous. And it just rolls in. Sometimes it rolls in and rolls out like as quick as it comes in. Other times I have to do something about it.
I've had those where it's like, and it's not necessarily like a change in any kind of medicine I'm taking or whatever. It's just there's a change in environment where I'll have like a nausea burst where I just like, if I move, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I just need to let this pass. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to like let the body kind of self-regulate for a second.
And then
if
sometimes
you cough wrong, if you breathe wrong.
Yeah. And then
bad things
sometimes one begats the other, like with the congestion and stuff. And then my nose starts running and I start hacking. Sometimes that triggers my stomach. And next thing you know, I get to hacking, then it stirs up there and like, oh, now I got to puke.
Right.
And so that happens too every once in a while.
By the way, this segment of the program brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Try all their amazing breakfasts.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking this is awful breakfast talk.
But and so I think it's getting better, but I'm not out of the woods yet. If that's the update, I guess.
Gotcha.
You could say I'm progressing, but I still have issues with it from time to time.
Well, because I've heard different things from different people who are taking that specific medication, and it definitely affects like everybody in very vastly different ways.
Yeah. Well, and here's the most annoying part of it. All of it's annoying, but the one that's the most just gets on my nerves sometimes is it makes me burp. And I'll get these, but it's a different, like you drink sodas and stuff, you can kind of feel the burp coming and you feel, this one feels different. It feels like it's coming from stomach.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? And so it's a acidy burp that's just very, And so I have to take Prilosec. And if I do not,
right? Oh, I'd imagine it would
the moment the day I don't, it's now then I get heartburn on top, and then I'm definitely throwing up because once it gets to that point, it triggers.
Right.
And that's what happened to me last week a couple times where I didn't take Prilosec for a day or two because we were out, and I was at one point just puking straight acid.
Yeah.
And my gosh,
and that's like the worst feeling in the world.
That's what was killing. But so that's the part I know this is way more information than what people wanted. But
you have those moments where you're like, oh my God, I'm literally a velociraptor right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm
right. Yeah. I'm going to burn plants if I spit on it. Yeah. That's what it felt like. But so that's what I've over the course of this last month I've been dealing with. So there's a lot less of that. And so, and of course too, it's adjustments on food and when I eat. And that's my problem is I'm not a person that I'll eat once or twice a day, but then I usually eat it all at one time. And that's part of my problem is instead of spacing it out or eating a little at a time, I won't eat all day and then I'll eat a bunch at 6 o'clock. And then, that's kind of part of my problem. But it's I'm just learning. And sometimes I win, sometimes the meds win. And it's just how it goes.
Maybe this is one of those situations where you like work in some intermittent fasting into it to where like that way you can regulate specific eating times. Maybe do like the 1 meal a day thing.
My weekends are kind of intermittent fasting.
Are they?
I mean, yesterday I had a breakfast and I had a dinner.
Okay.
Saturday, I think I ate once. But most of the time I don't. Kim's like, you want to eat? No. I want nothing to do with food. No. I drink a lot of water. And generally that's, when I get sick, it's mostly because that's what I'm drinking.
Right.
Yeah, it's mostly water, liquid. So, and so it's just, I know no one cares about this, but
we just need to get you on something like emergency or something to boost your immune system. Cause man, dude, when you get hit hard.
I do. And,
you get walloped.
And well, part of it is it's and that's the other thing right now. I'm really going through the Ozempic, and I think I'm still dealing with a little bit of that RSV crap still. I think it's not completely left my system,
Right.
Like, I think it kind of shut down, and I like over this last weekend, I think I'm getting another cold-like thing going. And so that compiled with the Ozempic stuff is kind of a cocktail.
So we're calling it by name now. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying medication changes.
I'm on
to go
Ozempic.
brand names.
I thought I said that.
Maybe.
I didn't.
I don't know.
That's the one they put me on.
I sleep. I don't know.
And I'm fat, but I'm not that fat.
Well, right.
So Ozempic is not for weight loss for me.
Yeah.
Like I could stand to lose 10, 15 pounds. That's about I don't need to lose 40, 50 pounds. I'm well, and to be honest, I've lost weight. Like when he weighed me a month ago, I was 190.
Right.
Last time I was around 190 was the United States Air Force.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I was like 185 in high school. I was like 190 in the Air Force. And that's why I kept, because my minimum weight was for my height was 185 in the Air Force. However, if you're 20% body fat or less, they don't mess with you. So I would get in under that.
You skated.
So they would measure my neck and measure my gut, and then they do their little thing and determine that I was under 20% body fat. So I would get away with it. But every time when I'd have to, do that, we got to measure you.
Right.
You're 5 pounds over the limit. I'm like, well, it's because, and to be honest, at that time I was a little broader shouldered, and a little bit. Now I've lost a lot of that mass. So
sure, it's a different 190, but it's still 190. It's respectable.
So I'm not like fat. I'm just, and I'm 5'8", so I'm it's still a little fat for me. But
I wouldn't even. No, I would say that you're of a healthy weight.
Yeah, I'm decent enough.
I think that average for a man of your height is I want to say 185, 190. So you're right.
I'm
there.
a little over that right now. And so when he made, I'd be curious to, and I don't know, like, have I lost weight? Maybe I feel lighter, but I don't know. I've literally, everything goes out of me. So I don't know.
Right.
It's one of those things. But anyway, that's what we're dealing with on that. So Matt, I do have to go I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, matter of fact, for follow-up. So I'll see what kind of progress we get at that point.
There you
go. So,
we can run that next hour.
We can, or we can do it. Like my interviews are only 17, 18 minutes each. So we got a little time. So
okay.
Did you want to do?
Sure.
All right. So we talked about this actually last week. I think I mentioned it. And you may have seen the commercials on TV, but Coca-Cola has a new flavor, and it's called Coca-Cola Spice.
Spiced. It is raspberry, I believe.
It's raspberry and spices is what the commercial claims.
It says, and this is the zero variety that I tracked down, but the 0-calorie cola raspberry spiced and other natural flavors. So
I like raspberry.
I'm going to go grab a couple of cups.
Okay, well, then I'll do the weather while you're doing that. So while Sean gets us the accoutrement to sample these beverages, here for your listening pleasure is your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very warm and very windy for the next couple of days. No rain in the forecast for a while. We'll be getting sunshine today. Our afternoon high in the mid-80s. Wind at 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting to 35. Overnight, cloudy, breezy, and we're in the 50s. And then some blowing dust possible across the area on Tuesday. Wind gusting to 50 miles an hour, highs in the 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 61 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 36% with southwest winds at 6 miles per hour. Red flag warning is officially in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. At 11 p.m. tonight, we will have a high wind warning kick in till 11 o'clock tomorrow night. I bet that will change over to a red flag warning here as the day progresses.
Yay.
Partly cloudy, 84 for a high today. Winds, actually, during the day is not too bad. Tonight and tomorrow is where it gets real sucky. 84 today for a high. Southwest winds 5 to 10 this morning, 15 to 20 for this afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 55 degrees, south winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tuesday, widespread blowing dust, mainly between the hours of noon and 3 p.m. Partly cloudy with a high of 77 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the west, 15 to 25 early, increasing 30 to 40, gusting as high as 55 miles per hour by Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 41 degrees. Winds will be out of the west, 25 to 30, gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. They will drop down 15 to 20 after midnight tomorrow night. Wednesday, partly cloudy, 57 for a high. We're going to go from 70s and 80s to 57 on Wednesday. North winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then they're saying there's a chance Wednesday night. Excuse me. 50% chance of rain showers before 3 a.m., then maybe changing over to snow showers. The overnight low is 35 under mostly cloudy skies. So don't look for too many snow showers. But we are looking at a 50% chance of moisture Wednesday night. Thursday, you're going to wake up to a 20% chance of some snow showers and rain showers before noon. Otherwise, mostly sunny and 62 for the high. So don't wait too many
weirdest
snow showers.
time of the year.
Yeah. And then Thursday night, clear, overnight low of 37. And then Friday, sunny and 75. So, and then we're going to be 77 on Saturday, windy and 72 on Sunday. So that, my friends, is your weather for this week.
That could be a problem.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Okay.
All right.
Did Jocelyn want to try this?
Yeah, that's why I grabbed two glasses. I figured I could just use them.
Oh, you'll bottle it?
Yeah.
All right. So, again, this is Coca-Cola Spiced, which, according to the commercial, is a raspberry and spice-infused soda. Mm-hmm. It is available in the fully leaded Coca-Cola and the Coca-Cola Zero varieties. What does it smell like? Is it raspberry?
It smells raspberry, but kind of an artificial, like that. You know how like the tartness
Rancher?
of a raspberry, not like candy.
Yes. Yeah, it smells like a sweet tart.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So, give this a little quick pour.
Let me
cleanse the old palate.
Cleanse the palate of the water with the water.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's mud in your eye. Right?
Over the expensive board.
That's right.
Named after the Dune planet.
We just passed soda over Arrakis.
Yeah, just straight over Arrakis. All right.
I like the smell, actually.
It's not. It's just kind of artificially. You want to turn her on?
It almost. Oh yeah, I
4.
should turn on Jocelyn.
4.
It almost has. She's on 4. Thank you. You know what it kind of reminds me a little bit of? Big Red.
A little bit.
It's got a Big Red smell.
Kinda. Okay. Well, let's see what it
Almost
tastes
that bubblegummy raspberry.
That's exactly as the bubble gum is what it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's super artificial.
Well, with the zero too, that's going to be kind of like that. I'm not picking up any spices though.
No.
It's not bad.
No?
I don't hate it.
I don't even pick up raspberry. It's just maybe it's raspberry. I don't know. It literally tastes like candy fruit.
Yeah.
It tastes like runts in a soda or something.
You know, I would say because it's kind of like a muted flavor, so I would say almost more like a Smarties.
Yeah.
Like if you crushed up Smarties and made them into soda.
To be honest, I'll take a cherry Coke Zero over that. Any
Oh
day
yeah,
of the week.
100%. All these gimmicky sodas. There, I don't think that any of them are like made for like the
Daily
full
consumption.
run. Yeah,
It's a novelty drink.
it's one for the story.
I wouldn't want to drink that every day like a cherry Coke or a Coke Zero.
Mm.
Now maybe if it's on ice and water, or ice on on served.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I think that one would be better as a fountain soda.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think that
And
would
again,
be a
over
good
ice.
fountain soda, and probably doesn't taste as good in a bottle or can.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of tastes flat.
Yeah, like to me,
which is weird because I just
Yeah.
cracked it.
like it tastes like kind of a slightly ghetto version of like the old soda jerk soda fountain sodas.
Mm-hmm.
Like it tastes like a generic-y.
You know what it reminds me of is, you know, how, like
version of
when you taste Dr. Pepper and you're like, I can't put my finger on what this is.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
Yeah,
it's like it's sort of all over the place.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, you're right. It does, but it's like ghetto Dr. Pepper.
Ghetto Dr. Pepper.
Like not even Dr. Thunder Dr.
Right,
Pepper.
right.
Like yeah,
like Mr. Pibb.
Yeah,
hasn't even gotten a degree of any sort.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of, now. It's not revolting.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It's
doesn't
all
blow
over the
my skirt
place.
Up. It does not blow my skirt.
It's kind of all over the place.
It is very pedestrian. It's not shocking. It doesn't taste good enough to make me want to change it. It merely exists.
Right.
And you can drink it and be good with it. Don't buy a case of it. One bottle will be more than enough.
Yeah.
to get your little fix.
I think it's funny too because Walmart, which is where I found these, they know exactly what they're doing. They don't usually have these in the 12-pack, the 24-pack, or whatever. There's a thing at the end cap, and it's just here's one of these.
Yeah.
Here, try this.
Right.
And one time only.
That's where the Crystal Pepsi resided in. It's one bottle.
Yeah.
I saw 6-packs of it. I never saw anything more than a 6-pack of Crystal Pepsi.
Really? See,
I never saw it in any other bigger thing than a 6-pack bottle.
I was really young the first run of Crystal Pepsi.
I'm talking about the
reissue run.
Yeah.
That was, I think I only ever saw it in like maybe a 6-pack. Or actually, I think I only ever saw it in like convenience store 20-ounce bottles.
No, I saw it at Walmart stuff, but it was 20-ounce. I think now that I think about it, I feel like I saw a liter bottle of it there.
I think I've only seen it in liters. I didn't even try it when it came back.
Yeah, I didn't when it came back because I had it the first time and I didn't like it then.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like...
It was weird then.
Well, it tasted okay, but to tell me it tastes like Pepsi, I'm like, it tastes nothing like Pepsi.
I'll be honest, I kind of loved the original run of Crystal Pepsi. It was my
I didn't hate it. I just didn't taste like Pepsi. I drank it because I was a kid and that's what you do.
I was a kid who really, really geeked out on gimmicks. Yeah. So when I was like, clear soda, that was my jam.
I was the kid because Ice Cream Man was how I got all of these things. So I drank my Crystal Pepsi from the Ice Cream Man. I smoked my candy cigarettes. Mm-hmm. I had my cherry clans that you can't have anymore because they're racist.
Do you know how bad when I was a young boy, how bad I wanted an Easy Bake Oven just for the access to snacks?
I ain't gonna lie. The fact that you could have a chocolate cake.
Yeah.
I was down for that.
It didn't seem right that I was voted out of that just because I'm a boy.
Fortunately, I had a friend whose sister had one and showed me the fact that it takes literally 8 hours to cook a cake with that light bulb.
Right. You could basically do the same thing in a spoon with a big lighter.
That literally soured my desire for
but
the
how
the
safe
Easy
was
Bake
that
Oven.
to give an 8-year-old an
Oh,
oven?
yeah, I'm sure there. How many houses burned down slowly?
You don't understand. Those burn scars, those are character. We're building character.
That's right.
They know now not to do that, right?
Can you even get an Easy Bake Oven anymore?
Oh, yeah.
Like, are they still
As a matter
in
of fact,
existence?
now
besides eBay?
Now they sell them in neutral colors.
Oh,
to
okay.
encourage young,
Have
boys.
they upped the technology so it's a little bit?
I'm pretty sure it's not the incandescent light bulb anymore. I think there's a new heating element, but it's different now. I'm not sure what
At
they
this point,
do.
wouldn't it just be cheaper to buy your kid a microwave?
Right?
I would
literally think, yeah.
Go give him a $50 microwave.
Get him an air fryer.
Yeah.
That's what all the kids are into these days, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
An air fryer.
I'm telling you. Here's the thing that's blowing my
How about
mind.
an Easy Bake George Oven grill?
Right? Or George Foreman.
Or George Foreman. That's
For all the little Roys out there.
Yeah, George Foreman.
Let them dream of making the walls smell vaguely of meat. I watched,
no grease on my cake.
I watched a thing, like a news report the other day. It was talking about how little kids, like 9, 10, 11, are doing anti-aging treatments, like skin treatments, like moisturizers and like
parents need
creams
to stop.
and stuff.
Stop parents making your children your little adults.
Yeah.
They don't need moisturizing or oil of Olay or any youth. They're 7.
Yeah.
Everything they can eat, whatever they want, it just goes away. It's a magic time. Let them enjoy it. They don't need the oil of Olay. Now that being said, kids are getting diabetes at 7, so don't pump them with Oreos and crap all the time. But you know what I mean. Their kids are forgiving. They don't need old people stuff to make them feel young again.
Right,
They're already young. Stop it.
But it's mind-boggling to me how quickly kids are aging these days.
Well,
Aging
it's
themselves
because
up.
it's parents' fault. It's these parents that are putting their own neurosis on these
Well,
kids.
no, I would say this: it's parents who put devices in these kids' hands, and they see other kids doing it, and they want to keep up.
Yeah, but when you're talking about anti-wrinkle cream for a 6-year-old,
Yeah,
you ought to be punched in the face.
yeah. No, I agree. I'm right there with you. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, get your kid the Easy Bake Oven. Don't opt for the air fryer just yet. You know? I know there's a lot of cool videos out there that they could probably learn and figure out. But
and this is why I
Easy
don't
Bake
have
Oven.
kids and stuff. But my kid would never have a phone until they're like graduating high school. The way I see it. I know people are like, oh my gosh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't need any of that crap.
Right.
And that's right. But it's a different world. No, not that different.
Well, my kids go through tablets like some people go through packs of cigarettes. So I'm not super eager to get my kids into other technology, especially not the kind that can reach out. Like I just found out my daughter has a YouTube channel.
Right?
What?
See, that's a problem.
What?
I'd be like, no, my kids should be doing all that. You know?
I mean,
There's a paddle ball.
I've seen
In
it.
a
It's
backyard.
Not,
Get your butt out there.
It's fine, but it's like, wait, you have videos?
Yeah. I get definitely tech, but computers and things are meant for a certain age person. You got to have a certain maturity level before you do that. Yes. Give the kids the speak and say, or the thing that can't get them on the internet to do 100 things and go into the world, to get them into it. But, something that can access the internet and go wherever you want.
Right.
No 5 or 6 year old kid should be having that kind of access to anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry. That's too much power and not enough knowledge to deal with that. That's your job as a parent to train that. Anyway.
That being said, not a great aftertaste.
That's right. All that.
The
point of all that was
spiced.
Coca-Cola spiced is a big fat meh.
Yeah.
It's a big meh.
It's mid.
Yeah. All right. It is 8:29. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to play our interview we had with the folks from the Conquistador Council. Sean did, because I had one of my episodes and had to cut out. So we had Jimmy Allison and Denise Trowbridge talking about Pinewood Derby and all that last week. So we're going to play that here. But first, quick break, and then we'll be back. Don't go away.
The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop invites you to move on in and check out the fantastic selection of threads, fabrics, and patterns. Take advantage of a huge sale on Brother sewing machines. If you just want to tune up on your own machine, bring it on over for in-house maintenance. And with free lessons at the Calico Cow, you can learn from some of the absolute best. Let's keep the tradition and art of sewing going. The Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell, right behind Farley's. Want to know how? Come see the cow.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
What made Roswell Hyundai the #1 used car dealership in southeastern New Mexico for 2023? Great selection, great savings, and great people. Roswell Hyundai has an amazing selection of makes, models, and model years to choose from. If you can't find it, Roswell Hyundai can get it. And Roswell Hyundai will take any trade. The experts at Roswell Hyundai will work with you to get you behind the wheel of your next dream ride. So, what makes Roswell Hyundai the #1 used car dealership in southeastern New Mexico? You do! Come check out the Used Car Supercenter only at Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd. Up your spotting game with the help of Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Zia Guns USA is now an authorized full-line Tacticam dealer. The same scopes, cameras, and spotting equipment that the big boys use on TV. So now you can capture your hunt like never before. Zia Guns USA in Roswell also has a new shipment of knives by Benchmade and Case. Come check out the amazing selection for yourself. Take your hunt to the next level with Zia Guns USA in Roswell. Closed on Saturdays but open on Sundays at 1907 North Main in Roswell.
What a turnaround for your NMMI Broncos. After beating the number 8 in the nation team last week, the Broncos are poised to make it into the NJCAA Regionals. It all starts with a must-win game Monday night against Midland College. Come out and cheer on your Broncos Monday night, 6:30 p.m. at the Cahoon Armory. A big win Monday, and the Broncos are one step closer to Regionals.
Well, we're going to need all hands on deck if we're going to go to Regionals.
Monday night, 6:30 p.m. at NMMI in Roswell. The Broncos versus the Midland College Chaps. Don't miss it.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 35 minutes after 9 o'clock. Mike Winters will be back. He had to run and use the facilities. He's been in this spot the entire time this morning. So he hadn't had a chance to take a break this morning. But we are joined by the folks from the Conquistador Council. How are y'all doing this morning?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having us this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. And thank you guys for waiting so long. I know it was a lot we had to get through this hour. But we definitely appreciate you. So we're talking a big event. One of the favorite memories of my childhood, and also one of the sticking points and points of contention between me and my father, the Pinewood Derby.
That's right. Every family loves the Pinewood Derby.
Brings them together and tears them apart. It's absolutely a blast. But you guys have the 2024 Rio Hondo District Pinewood Derby. That's going to be coming up I'm sorry.
March 23rd.
March 23rd, absolutely, at 10 a.m. At the Assumption Catholic Church there at 2808 North Kentucky here in Roswell. So obviously, time is of the essence.
It is, right. And this Pinewood Derby is open to scouting and non-scout families, so open to the public. So we want to make sure to invite everyone to come out and participate this year. It's going to be a great event. We've got a number of different divisions and categories, including an adult division.
Okay. So you can kind of recreate some of those childhood memories and traumas.
Exactly, yep. And we'll also have some pre-made cars, too. So if you do not have the opportunity to make a car, we'll have some for you to participate.
That was actually a conversation topic between Mike and I earlier is it, and this is going to sound funny, but is it legal for a non-scout to purchase a Pinewood Derby car? Like, it is. Feels sketchy. Something about it feels a little sketchy.
It is. But, well, you can buy a Pinewood Derby car at our scout office and participate. But the whole thing is once you get checked in, we're going to weigh it, and we're going to make sure you follow the rules.
Absolutely, of course. And that's where the fun starts, because you whittle the car down. You got to get it to the shape that it's that you want it. You want to get that certain level of aerodynamicy. That was where my dad, he had an engineering degree, it seemed like, come Pinewood Derby season, because he's like, no, you want to get it down here to a 35-degree angle, and then once you shave off some of that weight, well, then you got to add some weight back on. That's where the fishing weights come in. But then it's the positioning of the weights. You put them towards the front of the car, but you could also, flip the car over accidentally.
There's a whole science to Pinewood Derby. Trust me, I'm learning a lot of it. This is going to be my first Pinewood Derby.
Is it really?
It is.
That's
yes.
Awesome. That is awesome. So definitely, it's a chance to come together. And like we said, the kit, it's one of those. It's never really changed. It's always stood the test of time. It's the block. It's the nails, the four wheels. What you do with that from there, it's completely up to your imagination.
Absolutely.
Paint it however you want it. We used to put little Lego figures in the in the driver's seat. You got to carve that little area out, because of course you can't cut down on it. The aerodynamics has to be there 100%. But the cool thing about this one is this is open to everybody.
That's right. So it's open to the public.
You can just if you've never thought about scouting, if you've never thought about Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts, you could just go and recreate it.
This is a great opportunity for the public to come out and learn more about scouting too. So all of the information you need to know about the Pinewood Derby and to register. We really want for people to register so we know how to set up all these different divisions and categories. nmscouts.org. You can also buy your Pinewood Derby car kit there, or you can come by our council offices.
So it's a whopping $8.
That's right.
That's it. Yeah, that's one of those things, like, inflation has increased the price of everything. Not this. Not good old-fashioned Pinewood Derby.
And it's a free afternoon of fun.
Absolutely. It sounds like it's going to be just an absolute blast. If you've never done anything like this with Pinewood Derby, let's talk about some of the requirements of the vehicle itself. It has like weight and as far as like the specifics.
Well, there will be a minimum weight or a maximum weight. They all have to weigh the same. That's what keeps it fair, and we'll have a scale there to check them in.
Basically, it's the block of wood with the wheels on it is the base weight.
And 4 nails, and you must use those wheels and those nails and that block of wood. Right. Now there is this theory. There's this theory out there that the fastest cars run on 3 wheels. And in fact, I can remember there being articles in the back of the Boys Life magazine on how to win the Pinewood Derby, how to make a fast car, So it's out there. I'll bet there's even some YouTubes on how to build a nice Pinewood Derby.
There are lots of really good YouTube videos.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's just a ton of creative people out there that'll give you the winning edge. But ultimately, it all comes down to it's got to weigh exactly the same amount as it did at the beginning. So if you shave off some pine wood, then you can add some weight on. My dad's go-to solution was always, because we had a model store in our hometown, and he would always go and he'd get the little tube of the graphite. Graphite the wheels right beforehand. He'd be sitting there and like he'd take like a stopwatch and time the speed of just the free spin of the wheels. My dad was.
It's a lot of pressure, Dad.
It really was. He didn't care about anything else in my childhood. My grades they could have suffered. I could have had no friends. Been 300 pounds. It was this Pinewood Derby. This is where he lit up.
Well, hopefully we have a lot of other folks out there that are just as invested in winning. So we hope it's a great opportunity to make family opportunity to have some fun together.
Absolutely.
And it will be good. We've got some food vendors lined up. We will have some door prizes.
And cars.
And, we've got some real race cars going to be there for inspection.
Got race cars coming out.
Nice.
So
obviously not going to be running the Pinewood Derby.
No.
It feels like they have a bit of a statistical advantage. But 9 a.m. check-in is when you want to check in. The races start at 10 a.m. and it's going to be tournament style, right? Bracket style?
Yes. Yeah. We're going to be racing for each of our packs individually.
Okay.
And then we're going to be doing pack tournament style and then division series, which are going to be our non-scouting families and then the adults.
Okay, cool. So, grown-ups out there, if you want to recreate some childhood memories and maybe reignite some rivalries, if you had I remember it was me and this kid Josh Sisko down the block. He was a scout. He was 1 year below me, and we used to get our Pinewood Derby cars and we would compete every single year, but without even going to the competition,
the ramp,
just to see who could get their car done first, so you could get it designed better. We would go over color schemes and all that fun stuff. My dad swore up and down that the number 7 had to be on that vehicle. So my first Pinewood Derby was number 77, and my second was number 777. Like he was number perfection. We're gonna win, and I did make it past the first the main round. I got to the district, and I think placed 3rd in the district. I can't remember exactly. He still has the trophy, or he still had the trophy until he passed. But it was definitely one of those memories that stands out. So it's a great chance for you to get together with the whole family, make your own memories, and start a new tradition.
And learn more about Cub Scouts, too.
Absolutely. And that's the other thing is, it's a new generation of scouting. Scouting is open to young ladies as well. It's a chance
family scouting.
Family, exactly. It's the whole family getting out there and training yourself, orienteering, learning how to use a compass, learning how to set up a tent. I'd imagine probably not as much team latrine with family scouting, but still learning these things that are important for survival, for getting out there in the outdoors and experiencing nature.
Skills for life. Yeah, we've got to get these kids off of their devices. They're in the devices all day at school, all night at home. So being outdoors and learning how to use your imagination and build those skills is very important.
I pitched camping to my kids recently, and the first question they had was, will there be Wi-Fi?
Aw, poor girls.
Yeah. I said no, and they said no. So I was like, fine, we'll just stay in town. But this is going to be exciting because this is it's opening up the experience to the entire family, and it really brings everybody together.
Absolutely, yep. And to reiterate, it's nmscouts.org. Click on events, and all of our event schedule is there. And click on the Pinewood Derby.
Absolutely. nmscouts.org is the place to go for all you need to know. And, get excited because this one's coming up, and it's definitely going to be a fun one. It's happening Saturday, March 23rd at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. check-in at the Assumption Catholic Church there at 2808 North Kentucky, right here in Roswell. There's going to be, like we mentioned, food trucks are going to be on hand. There'll be vendors out there, door prizes. It's going to be a fun time for the whole family. But get your kits early. Go to the Conquistador Council. What's the address out there again?
2603 North Aspen Avenue.
Right there
or you can buy it online right there, our scout shop at nmscouts.org.
There you go, nmscouts.org, or head to the brick and mortar. It's right there, kind of catty corner behind the Mormon church. Can't miss the place. And get your car. Get excited because this is I love this time of year. It's always a fun time. Even after I was a scout, when I was first starting out in radio, we got to go do the live broadcasts of the Pinewood Derby when they were doing it out at Roswell Ford, and those are fun broadcasts because you get to get the kids on the air and get them talking, get them what they're most excited about, and really pick their brains as far as like how much skill did you put into this and how much was it mom and dad. Because let's be honest, they're over in the corner kind of talking, doing their own thing. Mom and dad are standing at the finish line like, come on.
Invested.
Come on. Exactly. We have a marriage riding on this car. So, but yeah, families, get your vehicles and get ready for a great time. It's Pinewood Derby 2024. You guys, do we miss anything as far as the event itself?
The only other thing we wanted to make mention of is we're looking for adult volunteers.
In all aspects for our Cub Scouting program and our scouting program, male and female. merit badge counselors, which can be related to your hobby or your occupation.
Okay.
We need leadership for some of our packs. Some of our troops, our girls troop that's sponsored by Bethel Baptist Church is looking for a new scoutmaster.
Okay.
You can find out what that involves. We have all of the training available for that. It is easy to become a leader in our scouting program. There is an application that's required and a small fee for the background check.
Sure.
And then there is a youth protection training program that everyone is required to keep active every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But we do and would love to have some folks that would like to be involved in influencing our community and our youth by joining in our leadership positions in scouting.
Absolutely. And it's a great chance to reconnect with with tradition. Like we've been talking about it this whole time, is getting away from our devices, separating from all the technology around us, and reconnecting with nature, with our families, with traditions. That's really what scouting is all about. And well, that sounds some popcorn, but it's a great chance to reconnect. And if you have kids that are coming up in the scouting program, this is a great way for you to be a part of their experience.
And it's not just kids. I'm involved in a troop right now with my granddaughter.
Really?
So
that is awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So boys, girls, if you're interested in scouting, definitely get involved, get signed up. But volunteers out there, if you're somebody who has a heart for kids, has a heart for the great outdoors and the more traditional ways of doing things, then this is a great chance for you. You mentioned Boys Life a few minutes ago, and it kind of was like it triggered a core memory in the back of my head, because I remember flipping through the back of those Boys Life magazines and how badly I always wanted the hovercraft and all the cool stuff in the back of those Boys Life magazines. I imagine they're still in publication, right?
That is still in publication. It's now called Scouting Life.
Okay, because it makes you gotta open everything up. I understand. But Boys Life magazine was totally my jam back in the day. So volunteers, if you are interested, how do you get in touch with you guys?
Call the Scout office.
Okay.
622-3461.
There you go. 575-622-3461. You can find out more information at, again, nmscouts.org. All the info that you need to know is there as well. But the big event is coming up Saturday, March 23rd. A little bit of time to prep, but if you've ever whittled a vehicle, then takes some time. There's a little finesse that's involved. But get your cars or your blocks and turn them into vehicles, and let's get ready for a good time. It's all coming up on Saturday, March 23rd. The check-in at 9 a.m., the start time at 10 a.m. And again, that's at the Assumption Catholic Church. They're at 2808 North Kentucky, right here in Roswell.
Go get registered. Let us know you're coming. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
RSVP, it's the way to be. Absolutely. Let them know. But again, volunteers, if you want to volunteer and be a part of it, 575-622-3461 or visit nmscouts.org. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. And again, thank you for waiting. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you for filling in on the fly.
I heard the dead air. I'm like, Mike's not in there, is he? Uh-oh. So, well, we always make it work, though. So we appreciate you guys coming in, and thank you guys so much for your time.
We appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. 11 minutes away from 10 o'clock. Let's get you up to date with that Wall Street Business Update.
Child abuse. 5 high-tech camera kits and an alternate light source tablet were funded using $45,000 that court-appointed special advocates obtained as part of a larger amount from state lawmakers. The funding will aid local police in investigating child abuse cases. The ALS tablet uses various types of light, allowing investigators to see deep or undeveloped bruises, often found in child abuse cases. Also in Roswell, the city's animal shelter has temporarily halted all intakes of new animals due to an outbreak of canine parvovirus. The measure is expected to last a couple of weeks. A statement from the city says the shelter will continue to maintain all essential operations for animals currently housed at the facility, but it's pausing intakes except in emergency situations. Strict biosecurity measures and sanitation policies are also being implemented to address the shelter's rise in parvovirus cases. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. This week, district basketball tournaments begin, and it starts locally with a tiebreaker game tonight in Hobbs. The Roswell Coyotes forced the tiebreaker by beating Clovis on Friday night by a score of 69-60. So they're tied for first. The tiebreaker takes place tonight in Hobbs at 6 o'clock. Hey, congratulations to Danilo Brito from NMMI. He had a couple of third-place finishes at the state swimming championships. NMMI's boys finished 18th as a team, largely thanks to Danilo. He finished third in the 50 free and third in the 100 freestyle race. Quite an accomplishment for him. Remember, there's only one classification for the state swimming. And Mary Olvera from NMMI also in the girls 100 free. She finished 7th overall. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very warm and very windy for the next couple of days. No rain in the forecast for a while. We'll be getting sunshine today. Our afternoon high in the mid-80s. Wind at 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting to 35. Overnight, cloudy, breezy, and we're in the 50s. And then some blowing dust possible across the area on Tuesday. Wind gusting to 50 miles an hour, highs in the 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
I'm Lou Dobbs. Chip makers carrying Wall Street, retail earnings ramping up, key inflation data on the way. Investors looking to build on last week's gains, all three major indexes finishing modestly higher. The S&P sits at a new all-time high. Wall Street rebounding on the back of strong NVIDIA earnings. The chip maker hovering near a $2 trillion market cap. Semiconductor stocks getting a boost from NVIDIA's big week. Micron Technology shares jumping 5% for the week. Broadcom, AMD, and Marvell Tech all up as well. Intel, the only laggard, down 2%. Zoom Communications reporting earnings today. Modest growth expected year over year. Zoom finding recent sustainability with modified apps for iPhone and Android. Still, the stock continues to slide down 15% over the past year. Key economic updates this week. The core inflation index report Thursday. The Fed's preferred inflation gauge up 2.9% in December. Wall Street targeting a modest decline in inflation last month. Investors betting the Fed is delaying rate cuts. More progress toward the Fed's target of 2% could speed up the timeline. Please join me twice each weekday for the Lou Dobbs Business Report right here.
Business news you need to know. Keep listening for more. This is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
Companies in the United States are 10 times more likely to be a victim of a cyber attack. Manufacturing, healthcare, retail, financial services, the leading targets. Ericson's Cyber Z Suite provides the protection you need before your data gets stolen, bank accounts get drained, and operations are at a standstill. Call Ericson today to schedule a no-obligation consultation. That's 908-878-7717. Ericson, ERACENT.com. 908-878-7717.
The University of New Mexico offers affordable, top-tier education year after year. The New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship and free application for student aid may provide funding to pay for school. Apply to UNM and learn more about the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship at admissions.unm.edu.
So what do love and onions have in common? Well, they both can make you cry, and both are on our mind right now. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. February is a time for roses and chocolate kisses, but it's also time to plant onions. Yeah, I know, you were wondering, where is he going with this? Growing your own onions is easy and fun, and we have everything you need to get started. So when you think of love, think of onion.
Just be sure and bring along a few breath mint.
Yes, dear.
The Fergalicious boys can keep you hot this winter.
Fergalicious.
Oh yeah, it's getting cold out there, and Fergus Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep things hot in your home. They can come by and winterize your pipes and check your insulation, and you know they'll do it with nothing but love. Oh yeah, baby. Call the Fergalicious boys at Fergus Plumbing and Heating at 622-2660. When you need it hot, Fergus is on the job.
Fergalicious.
Hey, Freddie Sos here with breaking news. Right now, we have over 20 new half-ton trucks currently in stock with rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. You won't find these rates anywhere else, so do me a favor. Tell your friends and race on in to Richland Motors, 2601 West 2nd in Roswell.
Nowadays, you can find almost anything on DIY projects, but it doesn't always work out. Let the professionals at Smith Paint, that have been around for 50 years, help you with color matching, installing, measuring, or picking out those beautiful blinds by Hunter Douglas or that perfect color by Benjamin Moore Paints to make your home or business look and feel fresh. Smith Paint, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 608 South Main in Roswell, or follow them on Facebook or go to the website.
Attention high school students and parents. ENMU Open House Spring Preview Day is Saturday, March 23rd. Future Greyhounds can get information about admission and scholarships, meet with the faculty to talk about potential majors, get a specialized campus tour, and win great prizes, including a $500 scholarship. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to experience ENMU. Sign up today at enmu.edu/open house. Eastern New Mexico University, student success. That's what we're about.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The first toilet being flushed in a motion picture was in the movie Psycho. Mike thought it was Gone with the Wind. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:54. Got a few minutes before we get you into news at the top of the hour. Hey, tomorrow night, I'd like to invite you to dine in at Texas Roadhouse again. Tomorrow night, they're doing another Dine to Donate event at Texas Roadhouse. This time, they're going to be supporting our local VFW post here in Roswell. So if you go out and have dinner at Texas Roadhouse between the hours of 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. tomorrow, 10% of your purchase will go back to our local VFW post here in Roswell. So come on out, eat a steak, help our veterans there. Good thing. Oh, should turn your mic on.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. How about the VFW? I went and enjoyed dinner Saturday evening at Texas Roadhouse, and I got to say that place, they print money. Like when I went, it was the whole waiting room was full.
Oh yeah.
Outside, it looked like a church service.
Yeah.
Was starting up. I mean, people in their Sunday best, just waiting outside. I mean, us ourselves, we had a 10 or so, a 15-minute wait or so.
Yeah.
But then as you walk through and you just see the sea of people.
Yeah.
Every table is, from the second they open to the second they close, they are full to capacity.
Yeah.
It's insane. And it's because they have such a great system. They have great people, great management. It's a system that really should be studied.
It is. It's a business well run, and I use their technology pretty. Like I have their app.
See, I have the app, but I've never used it.
Oh, you can join a wait list, and that's I've used it every single time that I'm dining in. I literally get on the wait list, and then they say, "Hey, you're ready. Let us know." And so
I did not know
and you can
that.
tell them, "I want to be here at 3:00." Get on the wait list. The next thing you know, at 3:00, you get there, and then it says, "All right, well, hang out. We'll let you know when it's ready." And then sometimes, depending on, you pull in and say, "Come on in. We got your spot ready for you."
Look at you teaching me app knowledge.
I am a huge.
You are an app pupil.
Texas. Thank you. I am a huge Texas Roadhouse app guy, and
Nice. I will be too now.
But for
Bumblebee
tonight,
too now.
but for tonight, if you go and get online to just look up VFW Roswell on their Facebook, they should have the flyer up. Print it off and bring it with you tonight, and they'll get that. But yeah, I use that app, and when I do a to-go order, that is so convenient because I order all our food. What time you want it? Right now? 6:00? Oh, yeah, 6:00.
Right now?
Yeah.
Later.
Next thing you know, I roll up at 6. I put it in, I say, "Here." All right, give us a second. We're putting it together. All right, it's ready. Come on in.
And that's the other thing. No matter how slam full to bursting busy that place is, food comes out quick, accurate, hot, made to order. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
It's a great system they got there.
So if you've never done it, maybe go out for dinner tomorrow night
There you go.
have you a steak or a burger, or chicken sandwich, or some barbecue. And
Good
then,
strip too, man.
Yeah. One of my go-tos there, because sometimes I want steak, but I don't want like a big steak.
Right.
So I go with the beef tips a lot.
Okay.
I get the beef tips with the mushrooms and the onions.
Mhm.
Sometimes I go rice. Sometimes I go potatoes. Just depends on my mood.
I went
that's
taters.
when I get.
I went taters and I went fully loaded.
Yeah.
And when they say fully loaded, like they brought it out on a plate with a napkin underneath it because it was overloaded.
Yes.
It was too loaded.
Yes. And their sides are good. I mean,
I just love that. You guys want to start off with anything? Yeah, the bread and the peanuts.
Yes.
Appetizers are a waste at this restaurant because I am full by the time you bring me my food.
I got to be honest. 9 times out of 10, I don't even get to the peanuts.
Right. I still have a bag sitting in the house.
I usually just
Full
let them
bag.
go. I get the bread, and I'm just because the bread, the yeast rolls are 10.
Mhm.
You know, yeast rolls in general are 10. I know I love my crescent rolls. I love a good biscuit as much as the next person, but something just makes me happy inside when a yeast roll goes in.
Warm
It's
yeast
just
with that cinnamon butter.
Yeah.
Oh,
10. It's an absolute 10.
And there was a moment where our waitress came over, and I was waiting. I was waiting for one phrase. I've been waiting so long for one waiter or waitress to utter this one phrase, and she came over and said, "Can I get you guys any boxes?" I'm like, oh. I'm waiting for one person to be like, "You want a box for your food?" Just so I can be like, "Nah, but I'll wrestle you for it." I've had that line in the pocket for so long, and she came over and said it wrong. I'm like, oh, I was really hoping you would ask if I wanted a box for my meal. But and it was a moment.
One day
that
it'll
passed.
happen.
It will. And
One day
when
it'll
that golden moment happens, I'm just gonna feel it.
And it'll be victory.
It will.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico.
Townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomas. Alabama lawmakers continue to grapple with ways to protect in vitro fertilization after a state Supreme Court ruling that frozen embryos could be considered babies under state law. Several IVF providers have since put their services on hold. A change at the top of the RNC.
Under pressure from national leadership, Ronna McDaniel, chairwoman of the Republican National Committee, says she will leave her post on March 8th. McDaniel has become a target of Donald Trump as the GOP presidential frontrunner moves towards an expected nomination and asserts control over the party. Trump says his preference for chair would be for North Carolina GOP chair Michael Whatley, a veteran operative focused in recent years on the prospect of voter fraud, and his daughter-in-law Laura Trump as committee co-chair. The RNC has a 168-member governing body that's expected to approve Trump's choices. McDaniel announced her decision in a statement Monday morning, saying she will allow the nominee to select a chair of their choosing. Jennifer King, Washington.
On the heels of his big win in South Carolina, Mr. Trump tells supporters that Joe Biden's days in the White House are numbered.
We're going to be up here on November 5th, and we're going to look at Joe Biden, and we're going to look him right in the eye. He's destroying our country, and we're going to say, Joe, you're fired. Get out. Get out, Joe. You're fired.
And tomorrow it is the Michigan presidential primary. Former president appealing the $454 million New York civil fraud judgment against him, challenging a judge's finding that he inflated his wealth on financial statements used to get loans and make deals. No parties, in this case financial institutions, had claimed to have been harmed. The Hungarian parliament has now ratified Sweden's bid to join NATO, clearing the last major hurdle to Sweden's membership. On Wall Street, the Dow up 12 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Ukraine continues pleading for more Western aid as the war with Russia grinds on.
Ukraine's Defense Minister Rustan Umerov says half of the promised Western military support fails to arrive on time. Speaking at an assembly in Kiev, he stressed that each delayed aid shipment complicates the task of military planners and ultimately costs the lives of soldiers. Ukrainian military leaders toured the frontline combat posts while facing a worsening ammunition shortage and Russian attacks in the east. Meanwhile, nightly strikes continue with Ukraine's air defenses shooting down drones sent by Moscow, while Russia targeted an unspecified facility in western Ukraine. I'm Rika Ann Garcia.
Concrete barriers and barbed wire have gone up around the European Union's headquarters as farmers, angry at red tape and competition from cheap imports, converge on Brussels on tractors. News and analysis at townhall.com. An update now on the untimely death of a feathered celebrity in New York City, and there is speculation it could have had something to do with his diet.
Initial findings are back from a necropsy on Flacco, the Eurasian eagle owl that flew into a building and was found dead Friday on Manhattan's West 89th Street, according to the Wildlife Conservation Society. The report finding Flacco in good physical shape, weighing 4.1 pounds, just 2% less than when he lived at the Central Park Zoo, but had substantial hemorrhaging from the impact. Tissue samples to determine whether any poisons from eating rats won't be back for about 2 weeks. Flacco lived for 13 years at the zoo until someone cut the cage last February and he escaped. No arrests have been made. Efforts to recapture Flacco were abandoned. Julie Walker, New York.
And on Wall Street, the S&P is down 4 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to it. Hope your Monday is going good and stuff.
In whatnot.
What have you?
So I got to tell you, I found a show. I was watching a show last night, and it's on Hulu.
Okay.
It was originally a History Channel show.
Okay.
And it's, I can't remember the name of it. It's like I think it's like just called History's Greatest or something like that.
Okay.
And it's hosted by Peyton Manning.
Okay.
You remember this show?
Yeah, I've seen the trailers for it. I've never watched it.
So basically, we're in the show. They have a panel of pundits, as it's put, rate the 10 goats in a certain category.
That's right. I knew it was something like the greatest something, and I couldn't remember all
and
of it.
Each episode is something different. So like the one I was watching last night, and I got 2 episodes deep, but specifically the one that I got started on was about daredevils.
Okay.
And so they go through and they're talking about all these
Evil Knievel.
Well, and spoiler alert, Evil Knievel took the top spot.
Shocker.
I know, right? But it goes through quite a few, and every single one of them, you recognize. Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Like number 10 was, I can't remember the guy's name offhand.
Imagine there's quite a few X Game guys in there.
So
like what's his name? Pastrada, or whatever his name is, something.
I'm trying to.
He's basically like an X Games Evel Knievel now.
The guy from
he does all the jumps. And
Nitro
stuff.
Circus. What's his name?
Yeah, Nitro Circus.
Is that him? Yeah,
it's something like Pistorius.
Well, anyways, he got an honorable mention
Pistorius,
because he's already like completed every jump that Evil did.
Yeah,
and to completion.
I watched 1 or 2 on the History Channel where he did them. Yeah,
but the number 10 was the guy who I couldn't remember his name offhand, but the movie Free Solo. Do you recall?
I do.
He climbs vertical and in some cases inverted rock faces.
Yes.
Freehand with no ropes, with no tie. Dude, just watching him doing what he was doing was giving, and I was sitting comfortably on my couch. That was giving me willies.
Yeah. Well, and those are the guys that at some point they're going to die doing it.
That's
at some point they're going to fall.
They talk. One of the next people up was, what's the guy? What's the grandfather's name? Walinda.
Oh, the Walkers. Yes.
Yeah. They talk about the story of the Walinda
family. Yeah.
And the crash in 1932 where like one person buckled in the front and everybody fell, and that the grandfather is actually the one that made the list. They talk a little bit about Nick.
Yeah.
But they also in this through this top 10.
Well, didn't the dad fall off one time?
Actually, that's how he died.
Yeah, but say that he died falling off a wire.
He was doing a walk in, I think it was Colombia.
Yeah.
And a strong wind came up and just knocked him over. And he did what he could to hold on, but he
and
just
to be honest,
fell.
that's why he made the list and his son hadn't, because his son hadn't fallen off yet.
Right.
Or at least not died doing it.
Other folks that made the list were the guy who famously did the walk between the Twin Towers.
Okay.
I think Pierre Petit or something like that. Man on Wire
movie.
Right.
Yeah. Everyone they made a movie about's probably one of them.
Felix Baumgartner was on the list.
Oh, the man who went to space and did the free jump.
Yep. So
from here in Roswell.
Roswell got a little mention. They didn't actually say the name, but they showed the control center with the Roswell flag behind us. Like, there we are.
I'll never forget that morning. Because it was like a Saturday morning, I remember. And I remember, and I lived on South Sunset at the time. And I remember waking up, and it was around, I was awake already, but I remember like 8, 9 in the morning, going outside, literally standing in my front yard and watching the balloon ascend.
Yeah.
Up, go up into the ether, and then going and watching it online and seeing the that little computer animation thing they did of him like free falling, and it looked like some weird Pong Atari game of just this little dude through static just falling through basically the atmosphere.
I remember I didn't see the takeoff, but I do remember everybody in the office gathered around one monitor, and we all just watched as the descent happened.
But I remember,
and that part where he gets into the flips.
Yeah, I just remember going out there. So, I bet we can see it go. And I looked out the front yard and watched the Red Bull balloon go up there, and it was pretty cool. So
he actually broke the sound barrier.
Yeah, I think there was one record he didn't break that he was trying to break out of that group. He broke all but like one of them, and then since I think they've all been broken again. By another guy, since then. So,
but one of the more surprising entries on the list was number 7, Johnny Knoxville.
What did he do? Just in general, just being in general,
a general like
beater up of his own body for entertainment.
Because think about all the stupid stuff that he's done, like from the cup test when he started doing all that. To there's a moment in, I think it's the 3rd Jackass movie where he's holding on to a gigantic rocket that takes him up over this lake. There's a moment where he says there was fireworks inside this thing. There was a firework that shot. I think it was like a rocket that shot out of the side of the rocket, and he said it was like that close to basically shooting him in the chest.
Oh wow! Yeah, I know Johnny Knoxville almost killed himself 1,000 times.
But here's the interesting part that really surprised me. Like, I had to stop, go back and because throughout the show they had little facts that they were kind of throwing in to kind of keep people paying attention or whatever.
Right.
So it took it away. I should have taken a screenshot.
There's
of it.
2 names we haven't mentioned that I'm curious.
Okay. Well, we'll get to those in a second.
Okay.
But the fact that it put at the bottom of the screen was mind blowing to me. And I had the fact pulled up, but I guess it went away. So it said at the bottom in this little box that in 1997, it said in 1997, a man named Jack Ass sued Viacom saying they stole the name for their program from him. His name is Jack Ass.
Nice.
Now, it would have been a much better story if that was his legal birth
It had
name.
to be because they would, in theory, his mom and dad are asses too.
The actual story is he changed his name to that in 1996 or something like that, because it was an homage, I think he said, to his dad and his nephew who were killed drinking and driving. Who died while drinking and driving.
Okay.
So it was like an awareness thing. But his name was Jack Ass, and he sued Viacom.
He didn't get no money, did he?
No.
Good.
I'm pretty sure the case got thrown out.
Good. Because I didn't know if someone just settled to make him go away, and he just got a couple $100,000 just for this tomfoolery.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And of course, that got me on a rabbit hole. So then I had to go search for and watch most of Jackass Forever,
right?
Which I hadn't actually watched through all the way, and I still haven't because I fell asleep. But still, but that little rabbit hole. But I was mind blown. I'm like, a guy literally saw that's right up there with the dude who thought the Noid, or the Domino's was making fun of him because his name was Robert Noid or something like that. And they thought the Noid was based, and he shot up a school from his front porch.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's that level of nut bar.
Did they? I know they tried to bring back the Noid here a year or two ago.
They
Is
did.
that still?
I don't know if it's still a thing, but
it kind of died out.
It was them leaning into nostalgia, because I actually still have a shirt, like a modern Domino shirt that says "Avoid the Noid." So yeah, they lean heavy into the nostalgia.
Yeah, it's their one character.
It's so funny to me when you look at logos. They're like, we need something new. We need something fresh. I got it. 1986.
Right, classic logo.
Pizza Hut did it. Burger King did it.
Yep.
Everybody's just going back to back to one.
And they're trying to hit people like you and I with nostalgic to get them to buy pizza and things to give them all the feels they had in 1987 when they ate.
Right. And you know what? It's working.
Right.
I do sort of. I kind of tend to bite the
For
nostalgia.
the love of God, Pizza Hut should just bring back the family dining style. I can't get on the internet now without somebody sharing a meme about how they missed Pizza Hut from the 80s.
You know what
I get it.
Do you know what you're doing to your phone right now?
Oh, I know, it's blowing all up. But I see that anyway. It's going to be there anyway. It's just there.
No, I always love seeing when people post the picture, just the picture of the red cup.
Yeah.
That's all you see.
I see that a lot, and I also see the sconce lighting that was over every table at a Pizza Hut. That's the other thing they show a lot.
That's the one thing about and to this day, if you go down to the Pizza Hut, it's like they have the lighting in here set like you're bringing a date.
Oh yeah. That's why every 80s bar and lounge looks like a Pizza Hut from the 80s. That's kind of the vibe from the 1980s there.
It's just when you turn the lights up after last call, you see something you didn't expect. That's for daggone sure at the Pizza Hut.
That's right. It's like a nightclub too.
Oh my God, you're Pizza the Hut.
How do you think the bar 10s started and all this? Because it's darker. That's a Pizza Hut 7 right there. Oh, but back to the stuntman thing.
Right.
2 questions.
Uh-huh.
One's fictitious, but he was an icon.
Okay.
And he mentioned the Fall Guy.
No.
What about Super Dave?
Super Dave did not make the list.
Well, I didn't think he would at least get an honorable mention because he was.
He was, but he also sort of leaned more into the jokey side.
Oh
of
yeah, he
what
was a
did.
comedic than stunt.
But I'll tell you this: this is where you'll be impressed. You know who did make the list, and I want to say it was like number 4, Chuck Yeager.
Oh yeah, he's a test pilot.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's pretty impressive.
The man broke the sound barrier for the first time ever.
Yeah, he was a test pilot, but a lot of the pundits were like, I don't know if I'd call him Daredevil. I'm like, the man was a human test dummy.
He was the fastest man alive for a minute there till the next guy went faster than Mom.
He had the right stuff.
Well, the only difference is Evel Knievel did it on a bike or a rocket sled, where this guy was in the X-1 fighter.
And honestly, didn't half the time.
Yeah.
There was another one on there, and she was like number 9. I think it was like the only woman on the list, but her name was Dolly something, and she's the female Evel Knievel. Like, she started back in the 60s, 70s, and did many of the same jumps that Evel did. In fact, broke one of his original records that he then rebroke like several days later, but she actually broke his record.
Okay.
I can't remember her name.
You know, when you said this, it reminded me of a movie and a person that I used to watch the movie all the time as a kid, and I haven't seen it in 20, 30 years. But to be honest, I'm surprised more people don't know about it. It was a movie that came out, I want to say early 80s, maybe late 70s. But
Debbie
I think it was,
Lawler. That's her name.
Okay.
Sorry.
But there was a movie, and I think it came out in the early 80s, and the movie's called Heart Like a Wheel. And it is a story of a woman named Shirley Muldowney. You might know her as Cha-Cha Muldowney. She is the first professional female funny car. She was up there with John Force and those guys as a funny car dragster racer.
It's pretty impressive that you know this movie intimately.
Well, I've seen the movie literally 17 times as a kid. They were showing it, and so it's the movie Heart, and the movie's called Heart Like a Wheel, and it's all about Shirley Muldowney and her career as a funny car dragster. But when you're talking about the female, we have a guest?
Debbie Lawler.
She kind of looked like we might have a guest.
Oh, I heard a phone ring. So maybe.
Do.
Did you not have anybody scheduled?
Well, not that I recall, but maybe I did. But Shirley...
During the 1950s, housewife Shirley Muldowney, played by Bonnie Bedelia, talks her mechanic husband, Jack, into letting her street race his sports car. She quickly discovers she has a true talent, begins pursuing a career as a professional driver.
Is it a true story?
Yeah.
Okay, so. I thought it was, but I only remember seeing it as a young child in my young brain. But yeah, it was just, I remember seeing that movie 1,000 times because it was about drag racing.
Based on the life of drag racing driver Shirley Muldowney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That was, and it's a good movie. And I don't know if you can watch it anywhere on anything, but it reminded me when you said that.
Right.
There, so.
But yeah, so definitely an interesting watch, but I'm going to dive deeper into that show. And the one I didn't get to was the titans of industry. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot like Elon Musk and whatnot.
Is that like the men who built America type things?
Probably, yeah.
They have they got a whole different series of those. They got like the men who built America, which are like your Vanderbilts and all that. But then they get into like the foods that built America, the toys that built America, the this and that built it. But it all started from the men who built America. And it was about Vanderbilt and
it's just funny that most of the I spend my life fact finding, like looking for facts and watching stuff that's full of new interesting information. So when something comes along that makes me stop and go, wait, what?
Yeah,
that's something special. So it's like that whole thing about the gentleman suing Viacom. It's like that really had some staying power for me.
I just realized what I forgot to write down. Nook's coming. I forgot to write it on my schedule, but I remember
Nook's not coming.
Nook's here. Yeah. But I remember Tom was saying it, but I wasn't near my calendar, and so I did it on the phone. I was like, yeah, that's good. But I forgot to write it down. So, so that's it. Nook's here. So Nook from Asian Market going to join us.
We've really got to get you into the year 2000 to get your schedule digital.
I hate that. I hate it on the phone. I hate it. It doesn't line up the times right. I like paper. I'm a man of paper.
Yeah,
I'm just,
I'm
going to do. Let's do this. While Nook's getting settled here, let's get you up to date on the weather. And then we'll take a quick break. We'll be back. Don't go away.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Very warm and very windy for the next couple of days. No rain in the forecast for a while. We'll be getting sunshine today. Our afternoon high in the mid-80s. Wind at 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting to 35. Overnight, cloudy, breezy, and we're in the 50s. And then some blowing dust possible across the area on Tuesday. Wind gusting to 50 miles an hour, highs in the 70s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
What made Roswell Hyundai the #1 used car dealership in southeastern New Mexico for 2023? Great selection, great savings, and great people. Roswell Hyundai has an amazing selection of makes, models, and model years to choose from. If you can't find it, Roswell Hyundai can get it. And Roswell Hyundai will take any trade. The experts at Roswell Hyundai will work with you to get you behind the wheel of your next dream ride. So, what makes Roswell Hyundai the #1 used car dealership in southeastern New Mexico? You do! Come check out the Used Car Supercenter only at Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
At Artesia General Hospital, our board-certified podiatrists are committed to providing personalized care in a welcoming environment. Dr. Jennifer Chow and Dr. Michael Krupa offer the latest surgical techniques and treat a range of conditions including arthritis, bunions, joint care, and more. If you're suffering from foot, ankle, or lower leg pain, we can help. Visit artesiageneral.com/foot care to request an appointment and begin your journey toward happier, healthier feet.
Get your tickets now for Red Zone Presents A Night with Jason Witten, coming to Artesia Saturday, April 13th. Jason Witten is an 11-time Pro Bowl selection and 2-time NFL All-Pro with the Dallas Cowboys and is currently head coach at Liberty Christian High School in Argyle, Texas. Jason is one of sports' top leaders on and off the field. Tickets are free, but you must have a ticket to enter. To get your free tickets, contact the Artesia Chamber of Commerce. This invitation courtesy of H.F. Sinclair. Excited about Jason Witten coming to Artesia.
It's that time again for Central Valley Electric Cooperative's annual meeting. So mark your calendar for Saturday, March 16th. The drive-through meeting will be at the Bulldog Bowl parking lot, and the first 200 registered members will receive a $50 gift card, a goodie bag, and be entered for a chance to win a door prize. CVE is your co-op. Use your power and come vote at the annual meeting. You can drive through anytime between 9 a.m. and noon on Saturday, March 16th. Hope to see you there.
Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply is your one-stop shop for farm and ranch supplies in southeastern New Mexico, with a friendly, knowledgeable team that can help you find the answer to your problems with brands you know, including Prefert, Pearson, Purina, High Pro Feeds, Ariat, Wrangler, Cinch, Justin Boots, and more. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply are proud supporters of area sports, 4-H, FFA, and the farmers and ranchers of tomorrow. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, family owned for more than 50 years.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Elephants use these skin folds on their bodies to crush mosquitoes. Mike Winters uses his to hide M&Ms. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Asian Market, Nook is back with us. Good morning, Nook.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Roswell.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. We're starting to get to warmer weather and spring, and so maybe does your menu change a little bit when the weather changes a little bit?
I'm now working on it. I'm gonna add a couple things.
Okay.
And then,
like, do you do because I imagine the winter time, there's people want more soups and things.
Right.
But as it gets warmer, they probably want more salads and things like that.
I don't know.
We'll find out, I guess.
We will find out. You know what? People are unpredictable.
Yeah.
They just someday they come in with one thing, and next day with another menu.
Yeah, just have a craving for
like
something
today,
else.
if today pad thai, I try to count, and next day, what is gonna be? Maybe chow mein.
Yeah. All of a sudden, everyone wants beef and broccoli or something.
Yeah, I think they probably keep talking to each other. Hey, today let's go eat this.
Yeah.
Just this.
Today's General Tso's Chicken Day. We're all going to go down to General
I would
Tso's
love
Chicken.
this.
Yeah.
I would love it so much if today is all General Tso's Chicken.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Well, Nook, if for folks not familiar, Asian Market, and I will tell you this, some of the best Asian food I've had my whole life, I've had right there at Asian Market with Nook cooking there. And
Thank you.
And so one half of the business is the restaurant.
Yes.
And they serve lunch and dinner every day.
Yes.
And then, but
no, not every day.
Not every day.
If you tell every day, they're gonna come to me on Sunday.
Yes, every day
Sunday
but
I'm
Sunday.
closed.
Yes, every day but Sunday. But the other half of the building is the market side.
Yes, it is the
which
market.
is a full grocery store for all Asian products and cuisine, from meats, produce, canned goods,
Seafood.
snacks, seasonings, all
Right.
the above. The equipment to make the food, all of the above there.
Especially last week, we got more product in. We got
Oh,
another
good.
3 pallets in. So
I know. I
our
was seeing.
store was full.
I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
I saw you say a picture, and you had a lot of pallets of things that you had to put together.
That's the old one. This is the
Yeah.
new one just come in last week.
Okay.
And the new one is we got some more product of the Hello Kitty. And
okay.
More, I'm gonna turn my
So the
store
kids will be
the
into that, yeah.
Pinkland.
Well, people go crazy for Hello Kitty.
And we have this product is news. New news. It's a mystery snack box.
Okay.
And you can purchase it with EBT too, because in there is
It's food.
snack box.
It's not.
all
it's,
snacks.
Yeah.
So, well, if you want to know what is what, you're gonna have to come see the Asian market.
Absolutely. Well, it's a mystery box. It could be.
No, I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
You're supposed
That's
to
why
find
it's
out for
called
yourself.
mystery.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
So-
But yeah, if you're looking and especially if I know some people out there and you like your sriracha sauces
We got it.
or your duck sauce or fish sauce or any of the Asian soy sauce, they've got like it on steroids there. It's like they don't just have like the one Kikkoman soy sauce. They've got a bunch of different types of soy sauce for you to try. Different flavors, different companies, different varieties, and really get a chance to see, the different ways or the fish sauce and everything else. All those things, or if you're looking for, like if you want to create your own sushi and stuff, she's got everything you need to make all that. Including the know-how to help you do it. If you want to make sticky rice and never make sticky rice, she's got we got the pots and the equipment you need to do that, and she'll tell you and show you how to make your sticky rice. You can go home and practice and get it right after a few tries. I mean, first time you might botch it.
Well, good news. We have the walk-in freezer down for almost half a year, so now it's fixed.
Okay.
So we fixing to have some more seafood in.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm planning to order.
So look for more fish and
more. Mostly gonna be the Asian though.
Okay.
Asian food, Asian fish, millfish or some stuff like that.
Okay. We get some like squid or octopus or something like that.
I do.
Okay, so for folks that like that,
yeah,
Asian Market's got you
Yeah,
covered.
we are fixing
those are things that are a little
to
bit
got
harder
you.
to find in other stores and things. So.
And we another thing gonna be coming in for sure is the red snapper.
Ah.
How big do you want, Roswell, of the red snapper? You want about my size or you want about my size?
Yeah, get some big ones.
Yeah.
You'll be feeding fish to everybody.
Well, probably going to get the big one, though.
Yeah.
It's
well,
more pretty.
But so look for those to be rolling in here soon.
Yes.
And check back often because, like you said, there's always new products and new things that show up on the shelves each time.
I try to get some new in, and in the meantime, I try to keep the one that
people like or popular.
Yeah, people need it.
And people ask you all the time for stuff. Like, hey, I've been finding a product. And she'll take a look and see if she can get it for you.
Yes, if I can get it.
Yeah.
And I have to look at it too, though. If it's go, I will keep it coming.
Right.
But if it's not go, I'm really sorry that I can't continue to it.
And that's the thing about your market is everything that you sell is from Asia.
Yeah,
whether
mostly from Asia.
It could be from Thailand, Japan, China, Japan, Korea, any of the Asian countries. The cuisine and products are from there.
Yeah.
That being said, these are international, traders and things that deal with this. So you're kind of at the mercy of what they can get and things. And sometimes, especially internationally, supply and demand
it's kind of hard.
Can be a little tricky. So products that you get, sometimes you can get very easily. And then there's other times where it's very hard to get. Yeah.
It's gone on the market
so
for
you
a while.
You have to be a little patient and ask for it. But but if you put it on on Nook's little radar here, she will do what she can to try to help you out.
I will do my best.
Yeah.
I do my best.
Absolutely. But but if first time come hungry, come around lunchtime or dinner time.
What you gonna do today? You gonna do chicken fried rice again?
Yeah, could be, or maybe we go with some General Tso's chicken today. Or maybe,
do the General Tso today.
Or maybe go with something with noodles. Maybe.
Chow mein.
Yeah, maybe some with noodles today.
Some soup. It's kind of warm today, man. You still have some soup. Can have some soup, even if it's warm.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people that I can eat soup anytime. Like it don't matter if it's cold out.
Me too.
Hot out. Soup. I like soup. I'm a soup guy.
You know what is soup? The reason that I like it is because to me, I didn't make anything special for myself when I'm home, or I just want to go home and do something easy. I just grab the ramen noodle from my store. I have a pantry. I have a basket. One flavor, another flavor, and try, and then now my basket is full with the one that I really do like.
Well, soup is a comfort food.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's easy.
It's designed to be something you hold and wrap around and keep close to you and eat. That's
I want
soup.
something easy for myself.
That's
add some meat in it.
Yeah.
Add some vegetable.
Absolutely.
Mushroom.
But it kind of warms you up. It kind of, if you're
you
sick.
have to change the flavor.
Whenever
we
you're
have
sick,
so many flavors.
Soup is what you go with.
Yeah.
Because especially when you're dealing with sinuses and because that warmth of the soup just kind of makes you feel better.
Add a little chili in it, okay?
Yeah.
A chili powder in it.
That'll help clear the
I'm gonna
sinuses.
squeeze a little bit of lime.
Yeah.
It's good.
So if you can't do any of that, Nook can.
Yeah.
She can come down and make you some.
Yeah.
And get you covered. And all
Yeah,
that.
I'll
But-
get you covered.
But please come for the first time especially, come and then go right to the back, order your food, and then you're going to have, 15, 20 minutes to wait for your food's being prepared.
Yes.
While you're doing that, go and walk the store. I guarantee there's going to be at least one
Shopping.
item in the market that you're going to want to put in your house. It could be a can of
maybe candy.
could be some seafood, or
Yeah.
could be some vegetables, could be a sauce, or could be a maybe the pad to roll your sushi
Maybe
rolls in.
something that you're interested.
Or the
in.
rice paper that you need to make the sushi rolls.
Oh, I'm
in.
out the right paper.
Yeah, she's got all that stuff. Oh, you're out right now.
I'm out right now.
Well, coming soon there'll be some more.
Rice,
But
I'm out rice paper, but I have egg rolls paper.
Okay,
that
so you wanna
deep
make egg
fry.
rolls.
For you to make egg roll, yes, I do have it.
All right.
But for you to make a fresh roll, I'm out.
okay,
I
Well,
have to admit that I forget to order.
nothing is better than homemade egg rolls. I'm sorry.
I make egg roll myself.
Do you? My wife and my mother-in-law will do it on occasion.
Yeah.
Not very often, but I'd say maybe once a year they'll make egg rolls, and I love them. I'll eat 100 of them sitting there.
That's
eating.
what I'm gonna have to do today.
Yeah.
Is after this, I'm gonna have to go roll egg roll.
Yeah.
I'm running
And
low.
I like restaurant egg rolls and eat them, but something about homemade ones are just a little bit better. to
Yeah.
me. And so it's just.
If
but-
you can experience this yourself, you can try it yourself.
Yeah.
That'll be great too.
Yeah, and my wife is. She can cook, but she's not like a chef.
Yeah.
And she can make egg rolls pretty good
That's
and pretty
good.
well.
That's
so
good.
it's not that hard. You just got to learn what to do.
It's just something that you need to keep practice on.
Absolutely. It's just like, well, it's cooking in general. When you see those chefs and they're going crazy with the knives, that's practice.
Yeah, that's practice.
That's part of their being a professional chef and learning how to
do
use
it
your
every
tools.
day, something like that.
Yeah. And so when they go, they're trained on how to make the knife
Yeah.
and do the knife just like that, because that's part of the career and part of the
Right.
training. So,
I didn't get trained though, to be honest.
Well, that's just it. You were trained in the home kitchen. Your training was your family. Yeah, your training. Yeah, you just didn't go to a college for it.
No, I didn't go
You
to
had
that.
the school of life that
Yes,
was your
exactly.
training. And
Exactly.
that's why I always tell people every single time, like when I go to Asian market and have one of Nook's meals, in my head, that's what it's like when you go to a family's house in Thailand or China or Japan and have a dinner or have a lunch there. Not like when you go to an Asian restaurant and eating. Like to me, like if you went to somebody's house in Asia, had a meal, this is what you're having.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And that's what I love about it, because to me it's like the real food, not the restaurant professional chef version.
No,
but what
I can't say myself as a chef.
People in Thailand and China and Japan, they eat in their homes every single day. And to me, that's what's the cool part is, because yes, Chinese food's good, but when you have it from that standpoint of where it's from, it's different. It's
they are different.
Like, trust me, if you went to a foreign country and ate hamburgers and stuff, yeah, they're good, but they're not going to be like an American hamburger, because it's just a little different.
Exactly.
No different there. You go there and you eat some lo mein or something, or some sushi or anything, or salad or
you're
soup.
You're not gonna want me make some hamburger.
Yeah, it's
for
gonna
all
be.
of you.
Yeah,
it's gonna be different.
And so
it's gonna be hair.
and so that's why I say go try Asian market and come if you've never been. Get your butt down to the south end of town and look for the big blue steel building with the blue sign there.
Big blue sign and a big building right there.
Come on in and have a meal. As soon as Nook gets off the air with me, she's going to book it down there and get lunch ready and get everything going here. So I definitely highly recommend you come and do. And then, like I said, get there early, order your food, and then walk around the store for 10 minutes. I guarantee there's going to be a few things you want to take home. And then after your meal, then go up to the counter and purchase your items, and then you can go do it at home. But I mean, even snacks, like if you're like, always want to try, like go in the snack section, you might see wasabi Kit Kats in there, or you might see.
I do have wasabi shrimp chip.
Okay. And if you love ramen, she's got
I have this
8,000 different varieties of ramen noodles there.
It's so crazy in there now.
And,
if
and
you go
everything
look,
from the hottest of hot to mild to meats to veggie to whatever you're into.
if
there's
you
a
go
ramen.
look in my store right now on the south aisle, It's plum full with a lot of noodle, rice cake, tteokbokki or something like that. It's come in with a package, and some it come in with the bowl.
Yeah.
All you need to do is add some hot water.
Yeah.
Then you got a meal.
It's very good.
But if you want to make a rice cake or everything by yourself, I got some Korean chili powder there.
Great.
I got the rice cake.
Well,
and then you can do it yourself.
The trick to all these ramens is the seasoning pack.
It is. They got some seasoning in each packet.
That's what makes it so great. Otherwise, you just got noodles and water. So put that seasoning pack in to get you the flavor.
Don't be scared. Put it all.
Yeah. And that's just it. That you get such great. And if you're looking for flavor, ask Nook or ask the people there. It's like, hey, I want something that's not so hot, but something that's kind of got a good chicken flavor.
I can help you with that.
And she'd be happy to.
I can help you with that.
And she'll even show you like, hey, you don't have to eat all of the ramen like with water. You could. Yeah. She'll eat them like snacks.
I eat like a snack.
She'll crack it up and eat it like potato chips.
I will tell you which one that it's gonna be a good
and it's pretty
snack
tasty
for a road trip.
It's kind of like I remember in my younger days when I was like a kid in the late 70s, early 80s. And it seemed to be more popular then. You don't see it as much now. But the crispy noodles. Yeah. Like, they used to always have those as snacks everywhere.
Really?
Like, you could, like, any Chinese restaurant had. Oh. But, like, even you could sell them in stores and people would buy them and eat them like little snacks. And I haven't seen that, like, in stores as often anymore. Like, that was always in the 70s and 80s. And that was like, it came with your, if you got an Asian meal, a lot of times they'd give you some. Oh. And now I don't see that anymore. So I was just wondering if it just kind of... I don't know. People aren't popular with it or what.
I don't know.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? They used to give
the little thing.
Yeah, little crispy noodles. They were, and there would be different flavors. Some were...
I don't know. I don't know.
I can't remember what they called them either. It was something like, I'm going to say rice noodle, but I don't think that's right.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
The yellow one should be a wheat.
Yeah, but it's literally like eating like little straws of crispy, crunchy straws. It's very good.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but that's kind of this, when you do that with ramen, that's what it reminds me of, those old noodle, the old crunchy
that's
noodles
what I
that
do.
you could have. Yeah.
That is my favorite.
Yeah,
one,
she literally puts the seasoning in there and crunches it up, breaks it all up, and then opens it up and eats it like a bag of chips. Yeah.
Got some seasoning and then got some garlic oil in it. Yeah. You just pour it in and crunch it up. Don't forget the spoon, okay? If you're gonna be on the road trip.
Yeah, if you need to.
If not, you're gonna be doing like me. Sometimes I forget the spoon, the whole pack.
We've all been there. That's why bags have that opening to shovel.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's right.
If I forgot the spoon, I have to be like that.
It happens. I've been there. But come down. Come for a visit.
Yes.
Come see all the different things for sale, or try a new dish.
New. Yeah. Not new dish yet. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working.
But they'll be new. As we're getting into warmer weather here, she'll add a few things to the menu here.
I'll add it. Yeah. And yes, come try on more product. A lot of snack in there that we got it in.
Yeah, come shop. Come try some of the snacks.
A lot of drink.
A lot of like juices and teas and things like that.
You need to go in, Mike. You and Sean need to go in. If you go see my cooler now, the drink, you're gonna be, how cute! It's so cute.
Yeah, it's all like, if you love the juices and teas, there's and every fruit flavor imaginable from things that are familiar to you to flavors that may not be familiar to you.
It's not just cute, okay? The flavors is good too. I tried it. My kid, when we got the day that we got everything in, my kid come back from school. Oh, mommy, this is so cute. Can I have this? Can I have that?
Well, and there's a lot of those fruits that are very big in Asia that aren't as big here that we have, because like here you get apple juice and whatever, but like mango and some of these other things. It's all right there at Asian market. And, where those are kind of juices that are a little exotic to us, they got them all over the place.
I should have bring my new product in, but I forgot.
Next
Sorry,
time.
guys.
We'll do it next time.
Because I got the new product in. You said you already, what is that? Suck on the bottle?
Yes.
I got that in.
Okay.
It's on top of the bottle. It's got the formula bottle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but inside it's got like a smoothie. It's got like a milk. Fruit flavor.
Like a little fruit smoothie shake kind of thing?
Something like that.
Okay.
But on top of it, it's not just the open for you to. You have to suck on it.
You have to suck
just
it
like
out.
the baby.
That's pretty cool.
I I should have brought that.
No, well, come and see it for yourself at Asian Market. Come on down today, and you can get some there too. And but I'm telling you, especially for people who have never been in before, you're going to be blown away by the amount of products and how great the food is.
Thank you.
The food is excellent. Please, if you have not eaten at Asian Market yet,
you need to try.
Make today your first day. Go down and have lunch, or after you get off work, stop in for dinner tonight.
Yes.
But don't forget, she also does catering. So if you need, say, a big plate, a big tray of food
here and
for,
there, just
for a
come talk to
party
me.
or a get together, call ahead. Obviously, don't show up 10 minutes before you need it and say, "Nook, I need 80 pounds of fried rice."
Happen.
But if you happen to say, "Hey, next week I got a thing. Can you make me 10 pounds of fried rice or whatever it is?"
Yeah.
She'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, we're fixing to do it in the beginning of next month.
Okay.
Yeah, because
but I know,
wedding.
like we're getting into with March here, basketball tournaments. So a lot of people like to have watch parties and things. If you're having your get-togethers, looking to get food done,
rice?
Nook can make your little party quite the tasty treat if you give her a call.
I can help you make your party easy. How's that?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, all you got to do is worry about watching the games.
Yeah.
And then
let me
get up to fill your plate with food.
let me cook.
Yep, she's got you covered.
And you just all eat.
And here's the problem. If there's friends that you don't want coming over all the time, this might hurt that because they're going to show up more thinking there's going to be food there.
Yeah.
So only let the people you really like in your house know because they'll keep showing up if you don't.
Yeah, and then you're going to have to keep come see me and
That's
order
right.
some food.
Now you got to go every time just to placate these folks. And you're like, man, I want to keep it for myself. So. But definitely, I'm telling you, I guarantee the first time you go in and experience food and products from Asian Market, you'll be very happy you did, and it'll be the first of many trips. So come try it and come back each time because everything's different. And like if you don't find what you're looking for the first time, check back with Nook, talk to her. Like I said, because of the nature of your business, the product and the inventory is constantly changing and updating and getting new stuff and different stuff.
Exactly.
And to be honest, the only way she knows whether people like it or not is if people buy it. So if it gets bought quick, Nook's like, hey, I should get more of that. People seem to like that. But if it sits on the shelves forever, then they're like, well, maybe people don't want that.
Forget about it.
So your feedback is very important to her to know what products you need to keep in stock all the time and the ones that maybe we can forget about.
Yeah.
You know, so. Good deal. What do we get it all, Nook? Is there anything we?
Let me tell you the address.
Yes, we got to do all that part.
Yes, 5702 South Main Street of Roswell.
Yes, right on South Main.
Yes.
As you're driving south towards the college, it's on the southbound side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the airport there.
Yeah. I will be on your right hand side before
you'll see a big
hit.
blue sign.
Yeah.
It says Asian Market. It's a steel building there. The front of the building is the market. The back is the restaurant, and the side.
The side.
The back and the side of the restaurant.
And my phone number is 575-840-5309.
That's right. You can always remember the last part.
Yep.
Because thank goodness to that 80s song.
I am just so lucky.
That's right.
to have that phone number with that song.
Just dumb luck, isn't it? Sometimes. Yeah. So call, and if you have to-go orders or questions. Or
Call
if you're looking for a particular product, it's like, hey, do you have duck sauce? Yeah, we got you. Come on down.
No, we don't. You know what? Actually, I can get it in duck sauce. But the problem is, it not come in with a small bottle.
It's the ginormous
come in with a big old gallon.
So you got to really like duck sauce if you want duck sauce.
Yeah, so
because it's probably more for restaurant.
Mostly that more for a restaurant, more
size
for
bottles, which is good.
Yeah.
Although I imagine duck sauce is not something that goes bad quick.
I don't.
I imagine you can have it for a while.
Mostly anything that's a sauce or have salt in it, mostly.
Yeah.
It can last you for
a long
time.
Yeah. And
long time.
For folks that don't know, honey does not go bad.
Yeah, but why they put an expiration date on it?
I know, because they got to get you to buy more. But never throw away honey. If it gets the goop on it, you got to stir it and heat it up or something. But honey does not go bad. So don't throw away honey. That honey's useful. Even if it's 20 years old, it's still still useful.
Like our Asian too. We know that this product is not go bad.
Yeah.
And you can still.
Yeah. But I was thinking a lot like your soy sauces, duck sauce, like a lot of those.
Salt.
You probably got a few years of shelf life with those pretty easily. So.
It's just funny when they put expiration date on salt.
Yeah.
Come on.
Salt Salt is a miracle for everything and kills everything all at the same time. We need it to live, but too much of it will kill you.
Yep,
And,
exactly.
It's a fine balance.
Yeah.
Without it, you die. With too much of it, you die.
Yep.
It's water and salt, the two ingredients of pretty much everything in life at some point.
Yeah.
So, but come on by. Give the store hours and the market hours.
Okay, the store hour Monday
Or the restaurant hours.
to Saturday 10 to 6, and store will be closed on every Sunday.
Okay.
And the restaurant hour is 11 to 6. And
that's
we
Monday
close
through
on,
Saturday.
Yeah, Monday to Saturday, and we close on every Sunday too.
Yes. So Sundays are day of rest.
Yes.
So if you got a party on Sunday, get your stuff Saturday at Asian Market.
Yeah.
But come hungry and come try lunch or dinner, and certainly definitely see the market. and
Kind of like this though. Sometimes I need to be there on every Sunday. I have to be there on every Sunday. If I don't mind if you're gonna come shopping, if I have a door open.
If you're there anyway.
Yeah, I'm there.
and you need some-
anyway.
and
You need something.
Come
I
on.
don't mind.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
but restaurant closed for sure on Sunday.
And that's it's a family business. It's your mom and pop business. And that's the beauty of that is your rules. You get to do what you want on that. So normally she's closed.
Yeah.
However, if you're in a pickle and you drive by and you see Nook's car out front on a Sunday while she's cleaning or doing the books or doing whatever she's got to do to run her business.
I don't mind help.
Yeah.
I don't mind
then
open.
She might, come on in. We can get you some ramen, or we can get you. She ain't gonna cook food for you, but if you need, something off the shelves there, she can help you out.
Some off the shelves on Sunday. Yes, I don't mind, but no restaurant for sure.
Yeah. She's not gonna fire up the stove or nothing, but because that's a little bit more work than just. There's a whole procedure and protocol for all that. And
That's
prep
a
work
big
and everything.
old. What is that? Big old operation.
Yeah. Well, I mean. Well, and this is something that restaurant. If you never owned or ran a restaurant, you don't realize that you just can't turn on the lights and start cooking.
No,
You've got
you
a lot
can't.
of prep to do.
Yes.
You've got to, depending on your dishes, some require a lot of overnight prep work. If it's got to marinate or if it's got to, season or do something of that nature. And so those days, it's like barbecue. Like a barbecue restaurant, most of the hard work is done while the restaurant's closed.
Yeah.
When the barbecue's
cut,
ready, it's already
prep.
cooked. It's just putting it on plates, and it's the 12 hours of it sitting on a smoker the day before is where all the work is done, and that's true in some Asian stuff too, and or any food, any cuisine. There's going to be stuff, anytime you're dealing with meats and you want to get it a flavored. Guess how that happens? Marinating, smoking, dry rubs. These are, and a lot of that's a timed process.
I have the meat, the marinade, meat, pork, the marinade to eat. Personally, myself, take it home. And then I feed my employee. And then my employee said, no, you need to sell this. I said, no, too much work.
That's your guinea pig. And like,
you just eat with me, not too much work. No, it's just because of the marinade thing.
Sure.
I have to be overnight, over 2 nights, or something like that. And it takes too much time.
We can do a lot of amazing things.
Yeah.
But humanity has not figured out a way to slow down or speed up time.
Right.
It happens at its pace, and we can't make a marinade any faster.
No, you can't. Time,
or
consume.
It just takes that time for it to penetrate and do what it does there. So that's really a lot in a restaurant world. Half the work is done before the lights are turned on or before a customer walks in that door.
Right.
And so she might be there on a Sunday getting ready for Monday.
Yep.
And
that's what I really do, though.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so. But so if you do see that and the lights on, pop in, say hi. She may help you out.
Right.
But don't forget to follow Asian Market on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Anytime Nook gets new products or has a sale or something special going on, that's usually the first place you can learn that kind of stuff. Or if Nook, sometimes she has to take some time off to handle some
that's
stuff.
What that I spread the new out.
And when you're a person that it's your one person show running your business with you and some of you have a little help, but the business don't go without Nook. So if Nook can't be there, there's no business. So there's days where she has to take care of personal affairs. That's where she lets everyone know, hey, we can't open today because I can't be there.
I can't. I can't. I really can't.
Yeah. But that being said, she doesn't do that very often. It's open almost all the time, but every once in a while.
And
yes,
exactly.
And to be honest, she likes a day off every now and then. She's like you and likes a day off and likes to enjoy life. she does love cooking, but her whole world is not cooking for you all the time. She does have other things she likes to do.
That's what I said. I just said yesterday, actually. I woke up and, we're going to have to do this, do that. I have to go here.
Yeah.
I said, can I just have one Sunday off with no change clothes, PJ all day?
Yeah.
Don't do nothing? No, it's not happened that way.
Well, that's the lesson a lot of small business owners learn the hard way. Because you think, I'm gonna own my own business. I'm gonna be my own boss.
Good luck.
I'll set my own hours. Tell me what. No one's gonna tell me what to do.
When you own it, you have to really into it.
The business will tell you what to do.
Put every bit of you into it.
Because if you don't, it's not going to succeed.
No,
it's just not. And so, Nook, and that's why when you go and have a meal there or buy a product, that's a little bit of Nook every single time.
Yes,
you go in.
It's really from my heart.
Yeah, it's a piece of Nook's heart.
Yes,
there, and I'm telling you, you'll be. I don't care how much of an expert on Asian food you are and all this. If you go and have a meal at Asian market, you're going to be so happy and thankful you had a meal there. You're going to come out and you're going to, what a great experience. What a great meal.
But let's put it this way too, though. If you go eat in another place, each place we cook different.
Sure.
So don't compare.
Absolutely. Well, it's like mom's meatloaf. Everyone has, you know what I mean?
You might like this meal from A restaurant.
Sure.
You might don't like this meal from B restaurant. So that's why.
All I'm saying is, no matter which one you get, chances are most people just like what Nook did. It's like, that's different, but I love it. Okay, I never had it that way, but I love it.
Yeah, you might pick what you like from my place, but you might eat something that you don't like from my place.
Sure. But that's okay. Try new things.
Yeah.
and I'll say it about out of time, but I'll say it. If you love hot, she can make it hot.
Right.
And she can make it real hot. So if you're one of those folks, tell Nook your spice level. If you want it spicy, she can make it spicy. If you're like, back it off, no problem. She can do that too. So,
well, we're talking about spicy.
Yeah.
Where is Mr. Harrington?
Oh, yeah. The sheriff.
The sheriff, yeah.
It's literally in flames before he's like, all right, that might be a little hot.
He might be busy.
Yeah, it might be. But thank you as always, Nook.
Yes,
and,
sir.
We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you again here, and we'll let her go because
I got to go to roll egg roll.
I was about to say she got some egg rolls. She got some work to do, so we better let her get to do that. So when you all roll in here in about an hour, she's going to be ready for you.
Next time I'm going to bring egg roll, and then we talk, and I'm roll the egg roll at the same time.
I like that. We
can do
that. Man, you can do prep. If you want to take your prep work here and work on it while we're talking, we can do that.
We're going to have to put some
That'd be funny, actually. That would be kind of funny. So, I'm just prepping for today's egg rolls.
Yes.
I'm getting the
You want to do that? Want to do that?
If you can, if you can and not mess you up, sure. I'll do that.
Better not.
I bet it might mess you up a little bit.
I can make it on show, but I cannot use that to sell.
Right. Yeah. You can't. Well, that would probably be a few health code violations.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But thank you very much, Nook.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you next time, okay?
All right.
Don't work too hard and take some time for you, too.
No work, no money, no honey.
Right. But all that money and no playtime, what's the point? So take a little playtime.
Okay.
Thanks, Nook.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. It is 9:55. Let's pause for news and a quick commercial break before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away.
Now, your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We begin today in Roswell, where police have recently bought new equipment to help with investigations of child abuse. 5 high-tech camera kits and an alternate light source tablet were funded using $45,000 that court-appointed special advocates obtained as part of a larger amount from state lawmakers. The funding will aid local police in investigating child abuse cases. The ALS tablet uses various types of light, allowing investigators to see deep or undeveloped bruises, often found in child abuse cases. Also in Roswell, the city's animal shelter has temporarily halted all intakes of new animals due to an outbreak of canine parvovirus. The measure is expected to last a couple of weeks. A statement from the city says the shelter will continue to maintain all essential operations for animals currently housed at the facility, but it's pausing intakes except in emergency situations. Strict biosecurity measures and sanitation policies are also being implemented to address the shelter's rise in parvovirus cases. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Amazon.com has joined the ranks of one of Wall Street's oldest and most exclusive stock indexes, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The e-commerce pioneer officially took its position in the Dow before the open of trading today, replacing drugstore operator Walgreens Boots Alliance. The experts are now chiming in on what they expect for the American economy as the year unfolds. The National Association for Business Economics projects the U.S. economy will grow 2.2% this year. That's up from an earlier forecast of 1.3%. Fed up with prices that remain roughly 19% above where they were pre-pandemic, consumers are fighting back. In grocery stores, they're shifting away from name brands to store brands, switching to discount stores, or simply buying fewer items like snacks or gourmet foods. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Double Up Days are back at Roswell Honda, and that means double your tax refund up to $2,000 right now. $1,000 get you $2,000, $1,500 get you $3,000, and $2,000, well, that gets you $4,000 towards your next vehicle at Roswell Honda, and that's on every make and model across the lot. Bring in your tax refund and let Roswell Honda double your refund up to $2,000. Now's the time to make your dollars go even further, and it all starts right here. Double Up Days are back at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
So what do love and onions have in common? Well, they both can make you cry, and both are on our mind right now. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. February is a time for roses and chocolate kisses, but it's also time to plant onions. Yeah, I know, you were wondering, where is he going with this? Growing your own onions is easy and fun, and we have everything you need to get started. So when you think of love, think of onion.
Just be sure and bring along a few breath mint.
Yes, dear.
What a turnaround for your NMMI Broncos. After beating the number 8 in the nation team last week, the Broncos are poised to make it into the NJCAA Regionals. It all starts with a must-win game Monday night against Midland College. Come out and cheer on your Broncos Monday night, 6:30 p.m. at the Cahoon Armory. A big win Monday, and the Broncos are one step closer to Regionals.
Well, we're going to need all hands on deck if we're going to go to Regionals.
Monday night, 6:30 p.m. at NMMI in Roswell. The Broncos versus the Midland College Chaps. Don't miss it.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
And it's 10 o'clock. That's going to do it for us. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of it. We'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. Take care, everybody.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com.